just had sex. I'm about to eat nachos! It's the greatest moment of my life! Unless you screw it up with whatever it is you're about to say.
Chef, hey yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to another week on the Datsun. Is it going to be done one day? Apparently yes, and some people think no, but hey, we're back. We're gonna keep going on that project and we're gonna get shits done this week. So what is the plan of the week, you might ask? What's up guys, by the way? Thank you for tuning in so early. Appreciate you guys. Honestly, this week is pretty much get that shit done, the dashboard and the key barrel ASAP so that we can move on to other things. So the plan is right now to basically go on and finish that, receive a bunch of stuff over the weekend. Since my last stream, we received pretty much everything we ordered, including the cables to wire up the ECU to the battery terminals. We receive pretty much everything we were missing, including 30 minutes ago my new fan for the radiator. So that's gonna be also something I would love to tackle down. Look at this. High performance, we take those. So Spal has been renowned for being one of the best cooling fan you can put on a car, and so we're gonna test it on our side. So that's pretty much it. But yeah, tonight is mostly going to be about mounting the key barrel in place, which like it was a struggle many months ago, and I still don't have a final solution so far. So we're gonna try to move towards that and maybe start hacking up the barrel, because from what I've been looking on, except for the idea of keeping the Datsun key and stuff like that, we could go with a pretty much like a random key barrel, like a universal one for position for a boat or something, and it will work. So I mean, those cars already have a different key for ignition and doors, so it doesn't change anything. Nah, yeah, exactly. Second turbo, and you haven't seen the third. The third one is on top over there, like that thing. So we have like the old style turbo, we have the electric turbo, and now we have the wind power turbo. You didn't know that? Man, you need to keep up to date with those tech nowadays. So triple turbo Datsun confirmed, as you can see. I want to take a look at, oh my god, it's so good. So, oh my god, it's perfect. One of the main reasons we decided to go crazy and buy a new fan when we already had one that was, I think, the same size, is because this is 2000 CFM. Yeah, that's a hell of a radiator fan, but it needs to bring the air out of a 3-row aluminum thing that will generate a lot of heat due to a V8 engine. However, we already had that one there. And if I'm not wrong, they were both 16 inches. Yep, both 16 inches fan. However, look at the space we save. It's crazy. Like, this one is thicker by half an inch in the center. However, overall thickness is like a quarter of that one, like let's say a third of that one. So that means where we had problem to fit our radiator hose, we should be good now with that one. So that one will allow us to clear some space at the top in between the fan and the intake piping, meaning that we should be in a good place for running our water hose inlet and outlet from water pump to radiator. So let's go. And yeah, those ones are well renowned for being super nice. Man, just swinging it like that by hand and I can really feel a good displacement there. This is made in Italy. That's cool. Didn't know that. So Spal fan for you guys. So this is pretty damn sick and I can't wait to throw that in the car. As I said, really well known for being one of the best thing you can put for the cooling system. So that plus the shroud, we should be in a good damn place. So, what's the plan for tonight? Dual side. No, I will need to reconnect. I bring a new sound in, so I need to reconnect everything as usual because I'm bad and I always forget. Should be now part of my procedure, but I just can't get it done in the first place. What are you up to tonight, Blue and Chef? If you tuned in at the same time, I'm guessing you're probably playing together right now. Sounds like a PvE moment right there. And you. Perfect. Dual side. Dual side. What's up, butt? You wanna fight? My butt is trying to fight me right now. I'm gonna kick his ass. Are you... Oh, he saw the command. Did he not? Okay, he's not connected. Dual side. There you go, boom, easy. So, big part of the night is gonna be spent on that. Like I said, we need to decide how we're gonna make it happen. I still have no clue exactly what I'm gonna do with that. One of the idea I have is to open it up and check what's going on with it. I think we already did that in the past, but yeah, we need to just figure it out so that we can actually take a look and see if we can make something out of that. One of the best thing I could think of will be to basically bring that down here, bring a flat plate on both sides here, and since we have a part where it's drilled with threads in there and there, maybe we could expand and tap that to M6 and lock it in place with two M6 bolts on both sides. So that will be pretty strong and that will require minimum machining and work to make it fit in place. So I will be more than keen to do that, to be fair. So let's take a look. We'll see how we can make it happen, and then yeah, I could make something out of that for sure. So let's go. We also need to check eventually for the dimmer switch that will allow us to control our freaking cruise control, but hey, not cruise control, but power steering, electronic power steering simulator. So there's that, but hey, that's gonna be for a little bit later. So let's open that up first of all, so that we have a good idea of what's going on in that barrel there. Shouldn't be too complicated. It's basically just a switch turning on power on different pins at the back there and making it work based on what you want to activate. So we have accessory, ignition, and the starter motor signal going through there. So that, nailed it. Just like that, boom, we can open that up. So as we can see, sounds like it could be a really good idea to do exactly what I said and go on with drilling those. Now, only thing I'm a little bit afraid of is if I need to cut that, what is going to happen through that? So this is something I don't really have a control on. Something has been done on that side of the key barrel. Don't know if it's gonna focus. Come on. Doesn't want to focus. But believe me, there's something, you can see tool marks and stuff right there. So we're gonna need to take a look at that. Actually, if I wanted to focus, I can just do that. that. There you go, now you can see it. So we have some something that happened there. I'm probably able to move that right up the cover here if I want to take a look underneath that, but I don't know if I need to. I'm really thinking about cutting that, but as we saw, this is a moving pin and there's a mechanism in that, so I don't know exactly what this is all about. So okay, so this is all moving like that. That was in the on position. That's something I should have checked before. Tap, starter, lock, and I think the lock on top only happened when we put the lock in here. Yeah. So if I don't have the lock there and I'm only between off and start, I kind of don't care. So I think I can remove it as long as this is not removing anything important. Because the idea right there, if I'm showing you, let me move the cam, front cam, front cam. There we go. Because I'm gonna move it quick to here. Dual side. So the main idea right there is to push the key barrel through here so that we have access to that through that square space right there, and basically start the car from there. But now you can see how this is in the way and this is not what we want. So basically I could put it with off at the top, start there just like normal. If I was to do the plan of bringing a plate from right to left, welding that on this frame, and then 2 plates up to bring that on each side in there, and basically be able to tap 2 little bolt through there. So that will be, I think, the best solution there. Do I have some really short M6 bolt? Pretty sure I do, just need to find them, because I do remember buying a few. I'm gonna have to check that later, I guess. But yeah, so we could go ahead and try to figure something out like that, but I think it's definitely one of the most easy and straightforward thing to do, to hold that key barrel right in the spot there. And like I said, just like that with the off, so that if we cut this, we are pretty much Gucci. So one of the most important part there is this. This is what basically takes the pin here, the pin input, and bring that through the movement of the key through there to make it work and do the action it's supposed to do. So we're gonna make sure to keep that safe. We are in the off position, so I'm gonna put that aside here, and let's start. I think right on, we're gonna be cutting it and just YOLOing the thing. We're gonna send it hard in there, because I really think it's the easiest solution possible. I've been thinking of it a big part of the weekend, and I don't see how to make it work while keeping that. This is the pain of my existence there, when you have 2 simple possibilities on both sides there to bolt it, and then you have that like just screwing you up to make it happen and work. So yep, pretty sure that's what we're gonna do. As for the depth of it, we're gonna have to just think about it and see what we can do there, because basically we need to take a few measurements and make sure where we want to slide it, just so we can go ahead and yeah, make sure it's secured. And as I said, we're going this way. I could do like a U-frame actually, going all the way around and just welding the top instead of a full plate left and right. I mean, left and right will be just stronger, so that will make sense to do that. For what we're gonna use, I'm still in an in-between decision here because I have like a flat plate around here, but it's a little bit too narrow, I will say, so have to think about it. I have to think about it, but yeah, overall, it should be pretty doable. And is this weldable at all? I haven't checked if it's magnetic, but I'm guessing it is, because this looks like it is some steel. Have a magnet right there. Yup. Oh yeah, and I see some spot welds. Perfect. So I think we are on something right there. Let's go! That's the kind of things we want to see. So, yep, first of all, we're gonna be cutting that right there, close to the edge there, just to reuse the barrel itself. Then we're gonna make a mount based on those two sides. Just need to make sure the bolt is not going all the way through, or at least not by a lot. So that should be also doable. I have a question right there, because I saw I had something here. Yeah, that could work. That could definitely work. All right, I think I might have an idea of what we're gonna use, and that will be freaking strong. We'll see. Still need to think about it. Because I have one M6 bolt right here, and it will do the job just so well. But I need two. All right, buffer time. Brum, 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 brum. Where's my buffer? We used it, I guess. It's under right there. Is it on the cutting disc? It is. All right, let's go. And my ear protection right here. Brum, 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 brum. So solution acquired. Okay, bye. Solution acquired. Let's just try to make it happen tonight. If we get all that done tonight, I will be so happy, because that means we are really close to throwing the dashboard back in place. Just gonna have to think if I'm going for the actual gauges or not this week, because if not, I'm gonna have to remove it at some point, but it's not something mandatory for starting the car first time, so that's where I'm in an in-between at the moment, but hey, we'll see. So I'm gonna try to make sure we can hold that properly. Can actually just use that. Should be plenty of grip for what we need to do. Are we going that way or that way? That way sounds even safer, I think. Question mark? There we go. Like that, and we're gonna start cutting right there. What's up, Colonel? How many loonies do you have? What is a loonies? I don't know what loonies is. I will say yes, all of them. Hehe. No clue what that is. My French ass cannot figure it out. How you doing, Sir Colonel? Hope you had a great day. Isn't it like the Canadian coin? Now you make me want to check what is loonies. If it's a Canadian coin, I won't say yes. All right, wait for it. Yes, I know Summit Racing I got. I want to see the traduction or something. It is. It is actually. It is the name for a $1 in Canadian money. Loonies and toonies, yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know they had a specific name, because like, I mean, in French, we're just saying dollars pretty much. $1, $2. We don't have a name for it for them. That's the first time. Well, the more you know, eh? I will be less dumb tonight. Do I have, so the first question, well, how many loonies do you have? Well, I will switch my answer. I will say none. And you want to know why? Look at this. This is why I have none. Help. 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 This is the only reason why I have none. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, because like I'm a French Canadian, and in Quebec, like we don't do things the same way as they do in other places. Well, yeah, no, first time hearing that. That's cool. The more you know. All right, so plan right now is to hack our barrel, our key barrel right there, to try to make something out of it. So let's. That's stressful. Let's go. If I destroy the key mechanism, I'm gonna be so mad. But at the same time, like I said, we can just move on to something else tonight. And basically, we're gonna be ordering a generic one from any other companies, because we don't need all that fanciness. Loud noise. Focus voice. But actually I don't. Get fuck. All right, I can see. I want to try to maybe hammer it down a little bit. I can see the main rod in the center there. So I just want to get an idea if I can already separate the cast metal versus the rod in the center. I think when I'm gonna get there, it's gonna just explode toward the top. Just because the weight's done. Maybe not. The weight's done. I know there's some sort of a spring or mechanism or whatever in there, so yeah, we'll see. All right, let's try to keep going and cut that thing down entirely. Loud noise.
Oh no! Cruise out!
All right, the one that is secured is on the bench there. This one is for when you're welding, moving stuff around. You don't need a lot of things, but if you really want me to secure it, okay, guys. It's just helpful when you can spin around your things. You just go slower without putting too much pressure on it, you know. But it's always good to have a non-secure vise for when you're welding and stuff like that. It's really helpful. All right, look at this. I'm gonna secure it with that, so at least it won't move anywhere. Rah. See? Yes. I just want to trigger you. Yes. Perfect. Right? Perfect. Well, it cannot really move further than that, so it's all good. Okay, let's go. Loud noise. Focus voice. All right. Let's see what's going on now. Almost slit my wrist wide open with an angle grinder. No blood outside of Tarkov necessary on this channel. Fair. Fair. I mean, there was already some, but... Alright, so this so far is working. No dramas on that. Pin at the back is working still. Let's see if we can get that mechanism out on top by just re-putting that there. So we need to go in the off position like that so that it is back where it was, like this. I cannot because it's fixed in there. Like that. And let's see if I'm doing that. Pretty sure it's gonna get out. It is still moving, but it is not doing anything pretty much. We can see a slight movement in it, but nothing else. All right, so that's good news. Our key barrel seems to be working great. So we'll take that. Now we're gonna take, I don't know why is that even a thing, but hey, there you go. Let's put that away there. Now we're gonna retap those into M6, and basically from there we're gonna be good to go and to just like create a good, safe place to bolt our key barrel, and then it's gonna be easier because right now, if I'm moving you, oh yeah, baby! Fuck yeah! What a sound! Let's go. What's up, Kev? There we go. Now we're gonna be good to mount that right here. Right through that at whatever depth we need it to be, pretty much. And that's cool. I will say right here seems to be really decent, and that we're gonna be good to make a little mounting plate or something at the back and cover the front. That's pretty cool. That's actually looking quite decent. Whoop. Right there. Up. Do you like your new sound, sir? What is the thing about strength? I'm not sure I get it. All right, so we have a plan now. Let's make the mount. But before that, like I said, we're gonna be tapping the thing to make sure we are in M6. The rod in the middle of the cast, you are wondering what? No, it's only at the beginning of a sentence, pretty much. I think if you write it first, then write something, it works. So, and yeah, we think strength, but it's moving actually. When you're going into the lock position, it was taking out through here, and when you're starting to turn the key, it was pulling down. So that's why I'm wondering, and it still has some movement, like, oh, I cannot show it right now, but yeah, it still has some movement, so that's why I think it's a bit weird. But hey, there's worse than that. As long as the key itself is still working, I'm okay with it. Yeah, it's the steering lock. Oh! It has to be that. You put it in lock, it locks the key barrel kinda, but yes, it is the lock for the steering. That's what it is. Well, since we changed the steering column, we won't use that anyway, so it won't even be in the same spot on this. It won't be on the steering column itself. Oh, that makes so much sense now. Sheesh, let's go. GG. GG. That was a good answer, sir. Is it M6 by 1 usually? I think so. It's the only M6 I have in that setup here. Let me check on my bolt right there. M6 by 1, perfect. So we're gonna be tapping that into M6 by 1 so that we have a common type of bolt being able to go there. This is really not M6 by 1, so I need to find the good thing because it was not in its place. Nice. Which one is that? So it's probably just inverted. 10 mil by 1.25. 10 by 1.25. I don't see it there. Who you? 516, 18 right there. Oh man, don't tell me I don't have it in the kit. That will suck ass. I can always take a look in a 1/4, I guess, because I definitely think it's not there in where it's supposed to be. That one here is dirty, so I'm gonna check it because that could be the one. No, that's really not the one. Yikers. M5 will be closer to what I have in there. Yeah. That one is almost a good one at M5, but I don't have M5 bolts in here. Not the most common thing, you know. M7, M8, M9. That's definitely too big. I don't know where it is. Eight by 1. Wait, why is the 8 by 1 right there? Weird shit going on in that kit. I will need to check them all. That's what you're telling me right there. 1/4 28. All right, let me check. What do I have? Yo, I can't believe I don't have the M6 by 1 tap. Probably lost it, but this is not something that was. It's a kit that was given to me, so I have no clue. That could be a 1/4. Saying I don't have a lot of bolts, but the 1/4, I just don't know if the standard is by 28 or by 20, I think. Yeah, that's a M6 bolt right there that could be used. Same with that one, so we would have our M6 bolt right there at the moment, which will be fantastic if I could find the proper tap, tippity tap. That's all we're asking for. So like, let me bring the tap kit and we're gonna check it together. So that, can I put that in there? Oh, by the way, Kev, you haven't seen the beginning of the stream, but basically I have received like about an hour ago now, yeah, pretty much, I have received my new cooling fan for the radiator, and it is exactly what I was looking for. A unit that is way smaller at the top and will help a lot with fitment pretty much, so that's pretty cool. I could go all the way up to M8 if I wanted. I just think M8 is definitely overkill because like it's gonna be quite big, but that will work. So yep, a really nice unit, honestly. Like I knew the Spal brand was pretty decent, but I didn't think it was that good. I have no clue what to do there. Since I don't have the actual end for what I need, it's kind of a big guess right there. 8 mil by 1, 10 mil by 1.25, that's way too big. M8 is what we used to support the radiator at that point. This is way smaller than that to begin with. A quarter 25, that will be pretty much the best thing we could have. Right there. A quarter by 28 will be just a slight oversized without being too crazy. If I had some M5 bolts, same thing, that will be, M5 will be the best. But I'm saying that, and honestly M6 will be even better because it's definitely M5 will be a bit flush for the material. Yikes. Dilemma right there. One quarter. All right then. Otherwise, what can we use? We can always use a self-tapping screw, but that's not the ideal, I will say, for making it work over and over and over again. But technically, that right there would fit just fine. Again, so we need it to stay flush, so not the greatest idea. Man, this is M8. I mean, it will technically fit quite good. Just a bit long, obviously. I might be better to order the right thing than being too crazy there. Almost threw the dashboard on the ground, looking if it's not laying around somewhere, but I don't have any idea of where that could be. All right, well, let me check on Amazon when it will be here, because I think that will be a must. M6 is pretty much the way to go to have it. To have it here without too much of a long time and being able to replace the hardware whenever you want. So M6X1 tap. That's interesting. Can order something that is drilling and tapping at the same time. That's pretty cool. Can be here for Thursday. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so that's not bad at all. That's actually not bad at all. Well, let's order that, $15. Let's go, YOLO. And there's two. There we go, ordered. So we're gonna get stuck already right there tonight. So hey, well. So are we going on gauges? Or are we moving on to something else like the ECU wiring and stuff? I would love to do the gauges so that we can throw back the dashboard with some good looking shit there. Also, I need to take a look at something else. So let's bring you with me. Welcome everybody joining, by the way. Welcome to another night in the garage. Front cam. There we go. Brr, 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 brr. Dual side. So I'm gonna bring you up here. Basically what we need to take a look to also is where we're gonna be placing our actual, let me show it to you, dimmer switch. So we have this dimmer switch here that we're gonna be using to basically control our power steering. So this is something super important to have in mind for our little setup. So I had a few possibilities, including the defrost button here, but I don't know. I feel like it could be a good idea to keep it. So basically we need to think of somewhere where to put that thing there. So if I'm switching that like this, we need to basically get a position, and we already thought of all that a little bit. So we're gonna have our key barrel right there. We could try to fit both of them together, but that seems to be asking for trouble a little bit. So instead what I had in mind was maybe trying to put that through here. So removing that button there, and because this is basically defrost and off, and there's just like kind of a fancy panel for it, but at the same time I feel like it looks quite decent to have all that. So I was thinking about maybe just mounting that underneath, and that will solve so much issues, because like you don't have to worry about the look of it. It can be just there, and it doesn't look too stupid at the same time. Easy to play with without also getting into like hard to manipulate kind of thing. Maybe even on that side will be better, so that we can just emulate the speed we want with that, have the knob really visible there. So I don't know what you think about it, but I think that this right there mounted in between all these things could be pretty good. So double-sided tape there could do the job and basically make it super easy to wire with our kit. So I'm pretty convinced that this is what it's gotta be looking like. I think there's a panel for closing there, but I'm not even sure with that. There's probably one. But yeah, because at first I wanted to integrate that into a panel, but looking at it is just like asking for trouble, really. It's not like it's gonna be something helpful at all, and that will make our life easier if we're doing something too fancy, because there's more chance of us destroying something there and make it look a bit stupid. That, like here, that was a cruise control. There's no way we're gonna use the same commands for cruise control if we're adapting one in the car at some point. So that's why we're gonna put the key over there. But yeah, I think this is going to be the placement for our knob right there, so that it's easy to connect, easy to also modify, because it's going to be super accessible there. So that being said, I think we don't need to go even any further than that. Now it's just gonna be up to what kind of tape we're using. We have the possibility to go with some double-sided 3M tape, or that's you that gave me the idea, Kev, of maybe mounting that with just Velcro tape. So that could be a good idea, so that we can easily remove that when we need to. But at the same time, I think double-sided 3M tape will look better, because it can, since it's a switch with a connector at the back, we can mount it there and disconnect the connector when we need to pull the dash, so it won't be too much in our way or anything. So that will work pretty well. So yep. I need to find back the module itself though, because it's been a while I haven't seen it. Every time I wanted to show that to someone, I was not finding it, so we need to find that back for sure. And that's another thing, we also need to find a plug, or create a plug to power our actual, because I want to say it, our actual power steering unit, because it is not powered at the moment. We still have some cable to do. Honestly, I feel like tonight it will be even better to leave all that aside, because I'm gonna need to order some 80 amp fuse to power our power steering unit, and also install the module, pass some wires. So we have a few to do in there. The only thing we can kind of do, but again, as long as this is not mounted for good, we cannot really mount the bridge to bring ignition and stuff like that to other places. Well, this is my plan of the night that's going away. Let's go, but we have plenty to do in the hood, so I think this is where we're gonna head. Front cam. So let's take a look at something else that we received then, because like when I'm saying we received a bunch of things, we did receive a lot of things, a lot of small parts that will be just great to test and see if everything's fitting. So we still have to modify the water pump also. We have received that, which is going to be the fabric we're gonna put around the turbo hot side and the down pipe when it's going too close to the chuck tower. So it's gonna be protecting, and that's pretty cool. Also, what else? We did receive the fuel pressure regulator, so we could take a look at that. This is right here. So this is it. There you go. Super small unit, really cool. I love how compact it is. Almost as compact as our gauge itself. This is the fuel pressure regulator. And what I want to know is if it's fitting, because the connector itself, the 3-pin connector, looks really similar to the one from the Altec ECU. If it's the same, there's not even a question, we're going with it. So dual side. There we go. So we have our fuel pressure there. Yes, oh yeah, it's the same thing, I'm pretty sure. Look at this. Perfect fit. So we're gonna be running a fuel pressure sensor instead of just a gauge. So we're gonna be removing the gauge right now while we have access to it. Upgrade. So there we go. Boop, 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 boop. I'm gonna bring you here, guys. We're gonna go over there. What's up, Only Cow? How you doing, sir? Let's go. So let's remove that thing here. So 13 mil will make sense. No, it was 11, right? And the new one's gonna be way bigger than that. How you doing? Let me already bring the right thing for that one. It's not 7, 8. Oh my god. It looks like 7, 8, maybe 21. 22. 22 is perfect. Let's go. So that, and we're gonna need also the... What's up, Mr. Pound? Let's go. All those sounds telling me the crew is getting on. How you doing, guys? Hope your weekend was fantastic. Even though it was not a long weekend for you. However, if I'm not wrong, there's one long weekend coming ahead, right? 4th of July is right over there. If I'm not mistaken. So, like I just explained, we say goodbye to this, hello to that. So this is going to send the signal straight to our little ECU, which means we won't need to have a reading right there. We're gonna be able to read it on the laptop when adjusting the fuel pressure at the rail. Mine was pretty good, quite buzzy though, and damn, I'm always remembering every year why I hate so much people moving, cause it can get busy, and I like, it's a bit ironic because this year was one of the easiest moving I've ever done. Like, my girlfriend's sister was moving from an apartment to another one that was on the same floor, 2 doors away from hers. It was just like the owner of the block just told her, hey, I have that one that will be going, like the person's leaving. If you want it, I could make it the same price as yours, and it was like a bit bigger and everything, so she just said yes, obviously, and so we had to move everything there. So it wasn't that bad, but damn, I hate doing that. When it's been years since the last time you moved yourself, moving everyone else just feel a bit awful, let's be honest. Go. So that seems pretty decent. So from a big thing to a small thing. And that means we can just bring that connector right there and connect it right here. Boom, there we go. And now we're gonna have our fuel pressure reading. Hopefully it's not going too far, because it is definitely a bit longer than the one we had, the gauge that we had. I already lost the gauge because I put it somewhere I shouldn't, right there. So how long is it compared to? Oh yeah, it is definitely longer. Hopefully it's gonna clear the intake. It has to, right? But we didn't plan with that, so let's have a look. Because I think we were a little bit flush already. Oh man, it's not clearing. Is it? It's not at the moment, but it's not hitting it yet. So it's not clearing technically. However, okay, if I can remove all those wires right there, just so I can have a proper look at where my intake's going, that will be fantastic, you know? Oh my God, I just keep seeing stuff that shouldn't be there. There. It's gonna hit. Fuck. Oh, it's hitting by nothing. It's hitting on the wiring loom side and not even. Oh my god. Now it's clearing. Like this is clean. And with the connector, it is not. I mean, again, it will depend. Oh yeah, that's why. We might have to move it slightly. The fuel pressure regulator might needs to move just slightly, but now it's the hose and everything. So we'll have to see that, or I'm gonna bend it a little bit over like so. Yeah, now it will be okay. Yeah, I think we're just gonna bend it a little bit forward and it's gonna make it work. Won't change really anything here, so we should be good with that. So yep. All right, should be possible to make it work and have our signal to the ECU. It's really like not far from being perfect. So let's go. All right, so what are we addressing tonight? Because for those joining, by the way, we were about to keep moving on mounting the actual key barrel. That's the title of the stream at the moment. I should probably change it because that was the plan for tonight. But in the end, looking at it, first of all, I'm missing on my kit to tap some threads. I'm just missing the M6x1, which means I cannot tap it the size I want, which is not great. From there, we had to take a look at a bunch of other things. And yeah, I just can't figure out how would I say that? Like, I just can't figure out exactly what I could do around the dashboard and mounting the key barrel and stuff like that without having most of the things ready. I mean, I'm saying that technically I could start doing the framing for, yeah, we could do that. We could actually start doing the framing for the key barrel. That will be that done instead of moving on to too many different things. Because basically, yeah, I want to do that. I want to lock the key barrel so bad in place so that we can just throw in the car again the dashboard, so it's out of the way here, and it's just like helping us moving on to having the key signal and stuff like that ready to go. Once this is done, we can move on to basically plugging to the battery terminal the actual ECU. I received the wire for that. We are pretty much ready to go on that side too. And then we can finish pretty much putting the entire wiring loom in the engine bay together, because I don't think we're gonna have to remove anything for a while after that. So yeah, it's looking definitely pretty good at the moment. Maybe we could do water pump and stuff like that before closing everything, but yeah. So let's move on to trying to start framing the actual key barrel structure here. Because as I said, what we're looking for is to basically create a plate here and move that in there. I'm saying a plate, but I'm really starting to think about maybe going with or that. Because I was thinking about going with just square tubes at this place to make it really strong without needing anything too special, but it's mostly because I don't have the proper flat plate either, because this is like a bit small for the flat plate to be set on. Like to drill a hole through that and everything, it seems a little bit small, a little bit too much flexible, so that it won't be that great to go with that. I would like to have something a bit better for it to sit on. However, what I could do is maybe take a right angled part, and from that, what is this? Oh, this is for that mount that we won't use. Making noise. If this is steel, so we could use that. That will be a good one. That will definitely be a good one. It is some steel. Well, and I know exactly what this was for, and we will never use it again. So that could be definitely the perfect size for the plate there. I could technically even drill it instead of welding it on one side, but hey, at this point I don't really care because I just want it to fit well in place. So yep, let's take a measurement there. Let's try to make a plate that's gonna go sit somewhere here. Maybe we could use that to go in there or something, I don't know. But just so we have something decent there. Like we want it to be pretty much right around here. We could technically run one all the way through there so that we have a better welding position here. And that could sit pretty well there. Right, let's start by cutting one edge. Because this is basically those who are joining, this is what we are aiming for. Holding that in here, pretty much right there. So that being said, we still have a bit of work to do. But that will allow us to bring the plug really easily there and everything, so that's pretty dope. So yep, let's go. What are we going to use to measure that? I guess the L caliper is one of the best tools for that job. So we need to do that. Now I'm gonna need to add a little bit though. So I want it to be sitting about at the bottom there. So it will be pretty much that. 120 mil plus 4 mil of depth here, so that's 124. Plus around 11 mil, so that's 135. So 135 mil is our weight to go, so I'm gonna set it at 135. There we go. Front cam. Front cam. There we go. All right, let's keep moving on that. If we can get that done, because this is a job I was not like too interested in doing, honestly. Like, it's some small fabrication and it's just like painful to do all that like time-consuming job for literally a key. It's really rough mentally to tackle them down when you know you have plenty of stuff to do on this. So you're like, oh, but it's those kind of small things that you need to do and address. So, you know, might as well. So let's cut that. Let's go. We can do it. Loud noise. side. All right, let's see. We can see our first. We're too wide right there. We're just a little bit too wide at the bottom there. But otherwise, we have a good idea of where that's gonna be. So that's not bad. All right, and I think we're too long in the end. How was your weekend on the cow, by the way? Did you ride the little rotary mess there? I know, we're pretty much where we wanted to be, so that's good. I'm gonna cut the corner there and it should fit not too bad. Doesn't have to be super precise, that part, so that's cool. Loud noise. Oh, that was not a loud noise. Didn't went there. Whoopsie. I'm sorry. There we go. So that will be precisely the first mounting plate. Now I think I need to cut also a little bit on the other side. Loud noise. All right, so there we go. So that should be our first plate for the mounting of our key barrel. There we go. Perfect fit. That we're gonna be able to just basically line it up kinda and just weld it in place. So why do I feel like now that it does fit there, we have lost too much length? That's not cool. I want to go all the way up there pretty much. Like if I was to put it there, yeah, okay, it was going there. Maybe I should have keep the thing over there, but hey. That seems okay. So I will be tacking that there, tacking that there. If I was to liberate that, I could even go right there. Oh no, okay, not a good idea. Let's keep it on the same kind of structure. There we go, that's pretty good. That's really decent. So we're gonna prepare the welder and tack weld it. There, we're just gonna start doing the structure. I don't know how intense we're gonna have to go for the welding, so hopefully not that much, that crazy. That will be great. So let's keep moving. Do I move that table out of the way a little bit? Front cam. There we go, we're gonna move the cam. I need to bring that a bit closer if I want to have access to my MIG welder. Because I don't think, oh, maybe we're gonna be good. Let me check. Hopla, hopla. Let's see how far I can bring that. Pretty much about here. Now, how far can I bring that? Hop, hop. Hop, maybe we're gonna be good. Because I can ground pretty much anywhere there, like so. And yes, we're good, let's go. And I think B setting is gonna be perfect. That. We have gas, that's good. Let's grab that. And where did I put my lovely gloves? Pretty much right there. Nope. Now we're gonna bring that away before having a disaster with those. Where did I put my lovely little welding gloves? If I want to just place that plate. So we're gonna bring that back actually, because we're gonna be looking at what I'm doing here. Let me find those gloves and we're ready to move on. Hup. That. Nope. Hey yo, I need those if I want to be working. I have that here, the hoodie, but I won't take it right now. A classic. Me losing shit? Nah, never. Never ever. Oh, I see them. They were underneath some stuff. All right, let's weld into our dash. Dual side. So the idea, just like you've seen, is to basically tack something right in there, just so it holds for now, and we're gonna secure that later on. But honestly, won't need to be that crazy to work, so should be pretty straightforward. So what we're gonna do is that right there, that like this. If I'm looking from underneath, that seems pretty good. So all I want is to feel like we are in a good position there. That's a little bit too long to be fair, so I'm gonna take time to just cut it. So I cleaned the edges of those. We're going in there. I'm making sure we're looking quite level. Doesn't need to be perfect. There we go. Just like that. Oh yeah, the level and everything seems pretty good. It's not perfect level, but it's decent. Now I'm gonna need to move you a little bit, guys. Maybe I can try to give you a good angle still. Right there. But I need to have a look in there. There we go. Now I get access to the other corner. It's already quite solid. Okay, now there won't be other corner than that one. like so. That's the paint. All right. It's gonna hold right there for now. Huddle. Oh, there we go. So we have a first bar set up, which is pretty cool. Let's do that, this. Now for the next one, honestly, it's gonna be hard to do right there because we still need to be able to measure our things with the key barrel in itself. So the only thing we can make sure is that it is still fitting right now. Which it is kind of not. What, it needed to be even further down than that? Holy, well, fuck me. Bad fabrication skill tonight, holy shit. I mean, yes and no. Let me check something. It's actually not bad because it's holding, kinda. If we're drilling a hole there to access that bolt, there's a way to make it work. Because right now it's sitting against something at the front. So if it was just locked in place, it couldn't move at all. And on the other side, it doesn't look bad at all. And right there, I could basically be working out something. Sorry, I'm moving you everywhere. There we go. So the key barrel's in place there, and now what I need to check is what if I was in the car that will be there and how the key would look like. The key will be going right there. It will be possible to activate it. And everything will be laying over here. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Okay, let me do that. Let's flip it and check. But I think we have something decent right now. So right there, if I'm laying against something like that, it won't stay there, right? If I'm grabbing this, I hold it somewhere. All right, we at least have that. So, off towards the top. If it was something like that, honestly, between you and me, this plus the key, like that, that's decent, right? And we make a little panel around that, and GG, well played. So we just need to basically connect that there. Maybe I could smooth the top a little bit, gain a little bit more clearance at the top, and then we will be gravy right there. Yep, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just trim a little bit the surface here with the locking pin and everything, and then we will be ready to move right there. Part of me will want to just tag that up instead of making it like I'm kind of thinking about just like freaking tacking that on top. Is that fully magnetic there? If it is, that's crazy, because that means this can get welded. Don't want to put the heat in it though, so probably the best idea to not do it, but damn, it's tempting. Okay, no, it's not. Center is cast iron, but the outside is cast aluminum, so never mind. Not even a possibility here. Right, let's shim it down a little bit just to get a bit more clearance. And after that, we should be looking pretty good there. And then I'm really thinking if we're not going for the gauges there, I could go upstairs, grab my spare pod for the gauges and see what we're doing with that. Because that will be freaking cool to have them in place right there at the bottom. I think they might have a small gap around them, but we'll see that when we're gonna be there. So let's take a look. But first of all, let's trim down the key barrel a little more on top, and then we should be pretty good. There we go. To make sure we're not crushing it, which I think we were about to do, maybe not. There we go. All right, let's clean that up a little bit, and then we're gonna be good to move on. Have a bunch of fabrication to do this week also, so we're gonna have to take a look at that. But not too bad, mostly about the radiator fan. Oh, okay, we're already in the good camera. Loud noise. What's up, Trex? The Tarkov Hideout RL Sim Therapist repair 13 cars for me and find 3 chain. That's pretty much, sir. How you doing? Let's go. Yeah, pretty much install a big ass turbo on a V8 engine, 6 liter, and make 600 HP out of it. That's pretty much our things over here. Welcome by, welcome. I think it's the first time. Well, you said you were lurking at some point, but welcome for the first time chatting during one of my garage stream. Hope you're doing amazing, sir, and that you had a wonderful day. That thing is freaking hot at the moment. Holy shit. Hopefully the internals are good, because I just overheat the shit out of it a little bit. So yep, tonight we are working pretty much on the key barrel. We won't be able to go as far as we plan, just due to the fact I'm missing 1 or 2 things to complete that. But otherwise, we should be looking at something pretty decent for not next week, no, for later this week. Should receive what I'm missing on Thursday, so we're gonna try to get that done. And in the meantime, we're gonna start working on a bunch of other things. One of them being the gauges. I'm really unsure of if I want to start that tonight or not, because I feel like we can work on the engine bay instead. So yeah, I think we might just go ahead and start working in there instead of losing sometimes, because we receive everything to complete the cooling system and everything. So at this point, we might as well want to check that out. That includes, let me show you, I don't know if that's the right thing for the car. I hope it is, but damn, I feel like they are big. I received some 3/4 NPD fittings that we are supposed to fit around here, and they actually are not that big. Well, yes, they are. Yep, that's too big for that, that's for sure. I need to order something a bit smaller. So basically, I need 2 adapters a little similar to that to fit on the side of the water pump over here. If you let me show you. You can see them, those 2 fittings there, they are in between the turbo, the exhaust manifold and everything. So I want to modify that to bring that to a 90 degrees upward, or maybe slightly towards the back there, and basically bring the hose over here, and also adding one to connect to that thing here, which is the cooling system for the head. That will remove some hot spot. It is not even there in the OEM form of it. However, this is just something that's gonna help prevent some hotspot, like I said, which will bring some reliability on terms of heating and overheating on the car. So yeah, we need to modify those 2. Literally have no clue exactly what I should be doing. I've seen the mod being done on the internet, but they don't give a lot of details about it, so we're gonna have to check it out. Also, I need to make sure I have the oil fitting line for the turbo, and yeah, other than that, we should be able to start looking at a bunch of things around the engine bay in itself. So I think right now, what will be the best call is probably, because part of me want to try to fit the fan, so that once the fan is installed, we can move on to installing the cooling lines that will connect here and there. So basically, go ahead and plug everything, put back the intake, bring the intake pipe, do that, do the 2 at the bottom and stuff like that. However, the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, well, I have to install a module here, and I have access at the moment there, so might as well start on that. Then yeah, we have a bunch of little things that we need to do here and there, so we're gonna need to do a really quick look, a good overview look at what we have left, to be fair. I just feel like we have so much going on all at once that it gets a bit confusing at the moment. So I have the lines, I have that we can install that right there right now. That's gonna be an easy one. So even here, These things are what is going to get out of the heater core from the inside of the car. So that's right at the back there. Think you can see them? Yes, you can. So there we go. So let me just do that quickly. But basically, we have to bring coolant lines. So the one I was talking to you at the front, they are supposed to go up here and there. So to do so, we're gonna be installing these 90 degrees pipe, and they are definitely not tight enough to work in there. How come? And I'm starting to lose my shit here with the lack of space. Let's push back the welder. Because basically these needs to go in there like that. I'm pretty sure it was some half-inch that was fitted in there. And otherwise I'm gonna have a big return. Or it was the 3/4 in there. Nah, definitely not the 3/4. Just think it was some crushed half-inch. It's just that the half of that are a bit thicker than the half of the other side there. I have to check if that's gonna leak or not. If it's not, we're good. But yeah, basically I need that to fit there and to bring that up. So as you can see, it's not really a fun task, because you don't have a lot of space with the engine in. Welcome anyone joining at the moment. Hope you're having a good evening. Yeah, that won't fit. Shit! These ones won't fit. If it's not half, it has to be like 5/8 or so, because 3/4 seems way too big for that thing. But we definitely need to plug something there. I have like the original color that were there. I'll need to take a look at some old videos that we've done when we removed the engine to see exactly if it was the 1/2 inch sticking out or the 3/4 sticking out. Pretty sure it was the 3/4, but if it is not, well, I just need to modify that, like buy another parts and bring that to the front there. So not an easy task, but should be pretty doable. What are you already? Oh yeah, the map. We won't need you anymore because we're gonna run something to the inside of the car. So that's pretty good. Time to drink something, a bit of water. How you doing, guys? Put some life in the chat. You can do it. Drop some sounds. Oh, let's go. Water is always good. So, right now, we're stuck on the key barrel. Let's summarize everything. We're stuck on the key barrel. So with the key barrel being impossible to complete tonight, which was my main motivation to get on, because this is not a task I'm enjoying, so I just want to get it done ASAP. Well, we need to move on to something else. That something else can be either in the engine bay or the interior itself. While we have the dashboard out, I think it will be better to start working inside the car. So let's do that. Part of me just wants to go crazy on the radiator, shroud and everything, but I don't think it's a good idea right now. All right, I'm gonna switch the cam just so it doesn't give a headache to anyone seeing the big camera movement. Dual side. Oh, we're in that. Front cam. My brain is starting to melt and I think it's just because my coffee is starting to wear out, the one I had today for the job, dual side. There we go, inside the car. Let's put you down, boop. There we go. So we have the ECU over there. I think we're gonna go ahead and work on this side here. So let me push you over there then, like so. Just because what I think we will do is start to move out the air intake for the car. Well, the interior, the cabin air intake if you want. Just because we're gonna go ahead and start doing the cables for the ECU and those kind of stuff. We also need, like I said, to check for the actual power steering module power. I want to check if the connector on my because I want to say it, if the connector on my new fan is the same one as the one I've seen on the actual power steering module. If it is, that will be excellent, because I need to cut the one off my fan and it looks really similar to what I need to put in here for my electronic power steering, so that will be fantastic. Even though I don't believe it's gonna be that simple, that will just be so insane, because it's basically something looking like this, and it seems to be the good size on the fan for that thing, but we'll see. So what we need to do, if you remember last stream, we mounted the ECU solidly anchored there. That being said, all the wiring loom is now connected on top there. We're gonna be good to put our Wi-Fi antenna when we're gonna be willing to tune it. We need to bring a vacuum tube to that part here, which is not a big deal. It's gonna be quite straightforward to do so, so that's quite cool. Now we need to get access back to the back of those module on top here. Reason for that, we just need to drop them on the ground pretty much, because we have behind there the battery terminals that we need to use, and we're gonna bring that here to power those two things right there. So it's gonna be the negative positive terminal there, and we need to bring that here so that we can just power our ECU eventually when we're gonna be ready to plug a car battery in there. So we have our main cable running all the way from the back here up to those terminal there, and now we just need the two 4 gauge like gauge 4 wire to go here with the proper terminals on them. So that should be not too hard to do, except that I don't know if I have what it takes to connect on this side here, but we'll see. Because yeah, where is that going already? Is that way higher? Yes, it is. So I need my screwdriver to remove that. So it's gonna be that one. It's gonna have to be not that one. Which one then? I think there's one at the bottom here, if I'm not wrong. I do have in mind something like that. Maybe not. Maybe not. So many wires, I can't even remember where they are supposed to go. All right, are you going to fall straight down? Yes, you are. So this might be the only one we need to remove to get access to our, to our battery terminals at the back there. So I don't know, can you see it? If you can't, let me show them to you. There we go. So this is the bulkhead going from the interior to the actual engine bay, and we're gonna connect right on there for our ECU terminal. That was the plan since the beginning of that project, to do something like that. This is really a racy setup if you want. It's not like the usual setup, but that's working just so good. And so we're gonna have quite a short amount of wires to bring at the bottom there. So that's pretty cool. So let me grab what I need there. I have no clue what size these are. So let's check. Could bring an adjustable wrench for that one, I guess. Let me check also if there was some end connectors given with these. No, there's not, I think. Shit, would have been too good. Might need to get some. And I saw some kits that were giving you some, but not those ones. So we're gonna have a four and another one that is, well, it's two 4 gauge, red and black. And yeah, I don't think I have some terminals for those. I have the one provided by Altec. Let me check what we have in there, but I think it's only going to be the one for the ECU side, which will make sense. They rarely offer anything else. Yep, so I'm gonna need 2 more terminals. Yikers. Where did I put my crimper? It's over there, cool. So we're gonna use the badass crimp that we have bought a while ago. That was just a really good quality one, so it should help. But there we go. So let's move in there and start doing that. Maybe I have some actually. Let me check in my electric stuff. That won't be it. Oh, I think I have. Yes, I do have copper terminals that might do it. It's 3/8. We need to check if 3/8 is the good thing. If it's not, we're in trouble. Well, trouble. We'll see there. Yeah, I'm gonna bring an adjustable wrench because I don't want to get in and out of the car 10,000 times for that thing. There we go. Let's try to undo those and see if 3/8 terminal are the good thing. Hopla. Are you? Oh yeah, these are perfect. I just don't know what they are. I think they are gauge too, so they might not do the job for what we need to do. We'll see right after when we try to do that. Is there a chance I can undo that with these? Would be a good idea if I was screwing instead of. Doesn't want to, but I will have a measurement at least. It is 21 mil. Let's grab that. Can I get out here? It's gonna be way easier. Let's go. And I think a long socket, a deep socket is gonna be just easier than even not a plier but a wrench. 21 mil deep socket there. Easy. Now let me check if I can use those things. So we know it's 3/8. That's what I had in mind. I just don't remember if we're gonna be good to use that. Welcome everybody joining. By the way, double digit viewer W. Let's go. Appreciate you being here. Even if I'm a bit messy tonight. We're supposed to work on a key barrel, finally ended up not having everything we needed for that, so I kept moving on different type of project and being undecided on everything. But hey, it's part of the game. I think it's gonna be easier to get access to that here. So technically, if I'm doing that, yeah, I can definitely crimp on that. It's just that. Okay, yeah, I see where's the issue there. Is that there is a thick outer shell on that one, and so it's not fitting in there. And technically, if I was just to put coppers in there, that will be the plug, the end connector will be too big for what I need. But I can double it technically too. Not ideal, but doable. That way we don't have to wait for anything and it will work just great. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do actually, because we just need to do that on one end. The other end, we will have the right thing for the ECU. So that will be just perfect. All right, let's do that. Let's unplug this and let's start working on that. Let's go. That will be a W if we can get that done before 9 and then call it a day with work actually done. That will be great. Feeling like we did something is the best feeling. Streaming and feeling like nothing worked, worse feeling. How come did I measure 21 on that and it's far from being it? And I said I didn't want to stand up 10,000 times. Well, guess who's gonna have to stand up 10,000 times? Except, no, that won't work. It's gonna be me, the dumbass, who's gonna have to stand up 10,000 times. That's for trying to be lazy. That's why. 17, 18. Pretty sure it's gonna be one of those. 11, 16 and 3/4 actually. I reckon being what it is, 3/8 being the measurement of that, and let's bet on that. Let's go! So anyone have some crazy Tarkov story that happened this weekend? Curious to hear about it. That 11, 16 seems good. That one definitely not. So are you streaming? Oh, okay, yeah, that's what's going on there. All right, I have a good and a bad news. This setup here is not done the same way I've done the other one on the other side, and therefore it's gonna suck to break it loose. Red wire is now loose. How can we get black wire? There we go. There we go, boom, we have both of them out over here, so that means we can go on and crimp the other side, like the end that will connect over there, connect them, bring that here and do the crimp right there when we're gonna cut the proper amount of electric wires that we need over here. Ideally, I will try to bring it out at the top there, push it back here or on top and bring that down there right next to where we need it to be. So we're gonna see how we manage to do all that, but yeah, I do believe we can make something quite decent work over there, and that will be pretty cool. To be fair, I cannot go really up there because it's the air intake for the actual cabin air filter and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna have to take a look how we're gonna make that happen, but I do believe that we're gonna find out. So that there. Otherwise, it's gonna be at the bottom, at the back there of the footwell. So when we're gonna put back carpet, it's gonna be hidden anyways. But yeah, we don't want that to be in a place risky for a faulty connection, because that's still our ECU, so we need to take care of that. So let me clean up the top a little bit here, just so we have space to work with our cables, our little electric wire. There. Let me put the key barrel back together just to make sure it's still over there, just to make sure we don't lose any parts. So this is on the off position, which means I should be able to get it in there like that. Yes, sir. I'm gonna put back the screws, front cam. There we go. So we're gonna just put it back together, test it one more time just to make sure that when we heat it up, we didn't fuck it up. That will be good. I know what I should do when there's the talk about the incentive here by night, but I should put the link to, oh yeah, that's working. Nice. Perfect. I should put the link to the video I was referencing to when we were chatting about it a week or two ago. All right, there we go. So, next step, guys. Let's remove that vice grip for now. Push that back underneath. That can go straight to the bin. Same for you, sir. There we go. Electric wires, we're gonna be doing that right freaking now. Let me bring the kit. We're gonna be crimping the end that's connecting to the firewall at the moment on both sides, so that we can just go inside the car, start to unroll them, push them where we want it to be, connect them, and then once this is done, bring them towards the ECU, cut it, and do the terminal for the ECU itself. For that, it's gonna be pretty simple. We're just gonna unwrap those rolls, make sure we have access to the entire thing, just because we don't want to be fighting it after that. So let's go. So I grabbed some high resistance, high performance wiring. Still, it is the ECU, so we need to make sure it's gonna be strong, it's gonna be able to resist. It's gonna be something that won't catch on fire, even though it shouldn't be the craziest thing, because the reason I'm guessing they are that thick to fire the ECU is because we have four 25 amp relays going through the ECU also. So this is probably why they need a wire that thick to power them up. So that will just make sense, honestly. So yeah, basically we have this roll right here. This is going to be what we're gonna use. And so like I said, technically my end connection there is not exactly the right size for that. So we're gonna be going on and pretty much undoing part of the protection sleeve on top of it, and we're gonna crimp them with what is going to be the proper end there. So let me try to find them. Is that you? Technically will be you. I just want to see if you, hey, ho. Yeah, I feel like I could go one lower, or actually let's try one of the good size and then move on to one size lower if it's needed. So basically I'm gonna go ahead and use a 35 2AWG one here. So if you've never seen those, these are some special crimpers, especially for battery terminals and stuff like that. Really good quality thing, to be fair, and they are really there to help you have a good uniform clamp all around your wires instead of on just one side. Just one side, the default with that is that if you miss it, if it is like in between some wires and stuff, over time vibration could make it loose. While this is basically putting strength all around and compressing everything from every side, which is a really, really good way to do it. So yeah, there we go. Let's open up that. So I'm just using the wire cutters to cut the sleeves on top. So these are really like, I think you could cut a finger with that, so need to be careful with them, but they are actually pretty decent to do exactly what I'm doing there, to bring the wire out like so. And I'm saying it's not the right size, but honestly, it does feel not bad at all. I don't know if I was doubling it. We're gonna give it a try. Let me bring the camera so you have a better close-up look on it. Because legit, it's really not bad. Dual side. Dual side. There we go. So, there we have that. Fitment is really not that bad. Feels a little bit loose. I will be curious, but we have just one try on that. So what I'm gonna do is open up another part and try to fold it in two and see if I can still fit that folded in two in there. If so, because this is technically, I think, gauge 2 and this is a gauge 4 wires. So I put some gauge 2 and here, so technically if I was doubling it, I should be close to a gauge 2, so maybe even a bit thicker. So we're just gonna try that, and if we can make that happen, we will clamp the end here with that. Not the greatest thing, but really not something that will damage anything at all. So we should be good to go with that. Let's remove any loose wire because of the way I cut it. That's not bad. And now let's fold that. Because with that being folded like that, now if I'm grabbing, I had pliers not far. Let's use that instead. If I was to do that. So is it possible to fit that on top. Because that will just make it so much easier to clamp that tight. Could be fitting. It's gonna be a bit hard though. Let me trim it slowly. Not my type of hack usually. I don't like doing that kind of shit. But I really do think this will just secure my wiring loom pretty well. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead. I don't want to reduce anything lower than the band, because otherwise that will mean removing material from the original size of the wire, which you don't want. However, just trimming a little bit the edge like that, if that allows me to put that thing on top. Come on, I just want to trim it down a little bit like that. This, try to yeah, maybe this is not great. Don't do that at home. I'm gonna say it, just don't. I mean, there we go. It is willing to drop in there pretty well. And I think if I'm trimming the sides, it won't be bad at all. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Not bad, not bad. Now, if I'm trimming that, it's actually not looking bad. Is it a great way to do it? Probably not. Is it going to work? Absolutely yes. Because just like that, with the fold and once clamp, like so, I just need to drill that, work. All right, and there we go. I was in a there we go. So you will see that, just clamp the shit out of it. And this is exactly what we are expecting it to do. There we go. What's up? Woohoo! Hey yo! What up, guys? Welcome by. How you doing? Why the raid alert doesn't work? Probably just said it, but there was no voice. How you doing? Welcome everybody in here while we are trying to figure out how to do some decent connectors for our ECU. How you doing? Now let me show you what we're working on actually. Welcome to my garage, where we are basically working on getting our car before TFG get his. I'm sorry, TFG. Thank you for the raid. How was the night? Hey, Yeah, yo, let's go, Nicole. Drop those sounds, guys. Let's go. So here we are working on the Datsun 280ZX79, which we swap with a V8 6-liter engine. Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah, I know he will never get it, you know? He never mentioned a car, no, right? He doesn't have one. What's up, NPV? Let's go! So, yeah, basically, we are at the point where we have a shit ton of small things to do to get that thing running for the first time. This is Hawk and Blue, by the way, if you want to know. TFG car is imaginary as when he talked to buses in Turkey. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So, buses, bushes, not sure. Wow, who remixed that? Someone who's sometimes in here, you know? Someone who has a VIP badge but is not even sub. Like, you know, that's crazy, right? NPV's a bitch. Oh, I can say it without a TTS right there. Let's go! Love you, NPV. So, right here, you are looking at the turbo system that we did all by ourselves, an entire engine swap. We have now this spaghetti on top of it because we started to do the wiring loom. Everything's pretty much getting all together. We are trying to finish most of that so that we can start the car for the first time in a year of work in about 2 weeks. So honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. If you want to help the channel, drop that freaking follow in here. It costs nothing, it's appreciated. We're trying to reach 1,000 followers at the moment. Quite a big goal. That would be freaking fantastic, so please do. And if you leave the notification on, maybe in 2 weeks you're gonna see we are going to start the thing. And yeah, it's gonna be basically open exhaust for the first start, so it's gonna be loud. So if you have any question, make sure to ask them, because honestly, I'm more than willing to answer every single one of them. Now, we are doing sometimes some dodgy things in here. I'm not a pro, so yeah, loud. Oh yeah, baby, pretty much. Yeah, NPV is part-timer in here now, you know. So a lot of fabrication, a lot of things. The stream title doesn't have anything to do with what we are doing in the end tonight, because we were missing a few little things, including tools. So yeah, we are now working on different things. So if you want to have a big look there, look at this. Look how beautiful that thing is. Look how wild this is. Ooh, we love to see those kind of things. So yeah, and right now I just crimped my first terminal for the ECU. We're gonna be grabbing some shrink tube for those. There we go. And I'm gonna bring you back with me. Front cam. There we go. Burp, 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 burp. There we go. Gonna grab the heat gun. It's a freaking mess in here at the moment, guys. You can't even understand how messy it is, but hey, like, this is what happens when you try to finish a project and you're trying to push really fast on everything. So I have the dashboard over here. We have a bunch of gauges to fit. Like I said, we were trying to fit the key barrel because we need to relocate that, because basically I switched the steering column on which it was mounted to a Subaru BRZ steering column. So now we have electric power steering in an old 79 car, which is pretty dope. Honestly, I really enjoy that. But yeah, so quite a lot of things to do, and we're trying to get that list as low as possible before the first start. And a bunch of them is also stuff that we need to get done no matter what if we want it to start. So, you know, part of the game. I'm not trying to go as mine, and it's just as bad as most days. Fair. Yeah, the mess. I think most of the mechanics guys will understand that. Some people are crazy about that, but hey, dual side. Did you have time to watch the YouTuber doing his Datsun? I told you. No, I didn't even take time. Honestly, you know what? On Friday night, I was playing some Tarkov on stream, and then first thing I knew, we were today. I didn't really open the computer at all over over the weekend, except for playing some PvE with my brother and my girlfriend's brother. Pretty much it. Let's try to make a clean looking terminal there. Let's go. That's the kind of things we love to see. So that's gonna be our positive for the ECU. Because yeah, if you are a car guy and you don't know what I'm using at the moment, we are going with a Rebel LS from Alltech. Just finished mounting that in the car this weekend. That's a plug and play wiring loom and everything. So there we go. We will have our main power for the ECU. It is basically some battery terminal right on top of the ECU. So we're gonna take a look at that in a few minutes once we have the same thing on the black cable now. Because this is a positive negative mount, because basically the ECU has mounted relays in it, which are solid state relay, which mean we're gonna be running some accessories straight from the ECU itself. So ignition, starter motor, fan control, and what else? Well, and fuel pump are all going to be triggered straight by the ECU and having everything monitored by the ECU itself when basically turning on the car, and we don't need any fuses or relays for the entire engine setup, which is kind of mental, honestly. For the non-car guy in here, or car gal, I guess, basically that means it's just like if my ECU was controlling the equivalent of breakers inside a house, which means you don't have to put a panel specifically for the engine. It's all a little computer controlling everything. Yeah, technically I'm gonna be running one main fuse eventually. I didn't put that yet in there, but this is in the to-do list, but not really necessary for the first thing, because basically if anything goes wrong, the computer itself is made in a way that it will go in some sort of limp mode, where it will tone down everything to the minimum to make sure you're not damaging anything. So that's pretty dope. Like, I've seen people having a few little issues with that, for example, with a big cooling fan and stuff like that. When it was getting triggered, what was going on is that there was a peak, because it's like 425 amp circuit, and basically there was a peak at, for example, 27 for half a second. So the computer was shutting down the circuit there, and you can add like anything you want pretty much in the ECU, including telling it to like, oh, you see a problem there? Well, before starting monitoring, wait half a second or wait 1 second. So you won't overheat a wire in 1 second. And pretty much if you had a peak at 27 amp and then it's drawing 20 amp, well, you're safe technically, but that spike was basically creating a problem. So you can make it ignore that if you want and stuff like that. It's really insane. And my ECU will like, it has even some the Wi-Fi mounted to it. So, and there's like a Wi-Fi antenna you can grab to extend the range. And what happened with that is that you can monitor the car from a laptop at the track. So while you're going around the track, someone can monitor on a laptop everything going on in your ECU and make sure everything is okay, which is, I think, really insane. There we go. I went a bit far with my pliers. Not too bad, but just a tiny bit too far. There we go. Just cut a few wires in there, which was not the intention. So we're gonna do that. This time I'm gonna try to turn them, because basically right now, and that's not the most professional thing to do, so I'm kind of like, oh no, I have a raid, I shouldn't be doing that, but hey, let's assume everything right now. What I'm doing at the moment is that I'm turning down like that the thing, because I have some 4 gauges wire at the moment, and the only end connector I had available was some 2 gauge 2, so I'm doubling the end and crimping that hard. on it, so it is working. Not gonna lie, it is working really well. It's just not the most crazy thing to do. What's up, Hawk? So I don't know people from the raid if you know her, but she's a moderator in here. She's really amazing, but like, yeah, I think she's not really well known over Twitch. So yeah, be gentle with her. It's her first day as a mod also, so make sure you're really gentle with her and everything. She's still getting used to the mod life, you know. Not really something she has been doing ever in her life before my channel, because you know I'm yeah, it's a really big challenge to mod in here usually with at least 9 people.
Oh my god, I'm holding a freaking heat.
So if you're asking what are all those sounds, by the way guys, anyone lurking, watching, whatever in here for a while can redeem its own custom sounds. So a bunch of people in here. Tonight officially we have 31 custom sounds from people watching the channel and everything. 30k channel point gives you a sound of your own that you can link to a word that you want. Mr. Pound, if you're in there, show us your beautiful sounds. He has 2 lovely ones. Hawk has a ton. Oh, Hawk, I need a little chill out right now. Come on. Hey,
Yes,
let's
your
go.
Kiki just joined the crew.
Thank you for the follow. Oh, how am I supposed to say that? Inosuke? Inosuke. What up? How you doing, sir? Hope you had a wonderful day. Welcome, welcome to my stream where I'm just throwing some metal on my face. Seems like. Inosuke, let's go! So good. All right. So yeah, like I said, guys, any sort of question or whatever, car related, non-car related, you're not a car guy, you want to know what's up with a project like that, ask. It will be with great pleasure. I'm gonna answer that. And yeah, we're just trying to have some fun while doing that, chatting, chilling. And on Friday night, yeah, it's TFG who rated me. TFG being such a crazy car guy himself, even though he doesn't have any car. It happens from time to time that he raids in here, which is so appreciated. I'm also a Tarkov streamer on Friday nights where we are going freaking crazy with bitbot and everything, especially when Triax is over there. So yeah, and we are just messing around, trying
Magic
to have the most meaningful nights.
The crew.
Let's go, thank you so much. Magic Turtle, yo, that's a sick name. Oh, let's go. Boop. There we go. Go bang. Bang. And right now we are working a lot on the Lightkeeper task, by the way. Got my first kappa this swipe. First time ever doing that. And I'm 2 quests away from getting Lightkeeper done. I'm actually working on some street kill at the moment, which is pretty intense, but going pretty well. Almost half of them. I need 50 PMC kill on street, and damn, it's taking forever. But I mean, not that bad. We started last week, and in 4 nights we got like 20 something, so it's okay. I'm not the greatest player of Tarkov, but I'm like correct, decent. So we're getting stuff done, and it's working quite good so far. Hawk being probably my MVP teammate. We are just walking around, trying to murder, getting murdered, you know, the usual. There we go. And just like that, through some chatting, we have 2 terminal done that we can bring now in the car. So let's bring that, let's bring this, and we're gonna come back to grab the thing we need for the actual crimp of the ECU terminals. Front cam. Oh, for real? Well, welcome by. You're in the right place to chat about it. That is maybe like a wild project for a big project overall, but we went pretty much over everything. You can know that, oh yeah, that's a good one. Discord, you can ask questions. There's a car section there. Like you want to know what kind of problem you may have, stuff like that. You can always ask questions. To be fair, I'm not a mechanic, okay? I'm definitely not a mechanic, never had a course in that, never did anything special about to learn that. Really just went all in and learned by myself since I'm 12 years old pretty much, and bought my first car at 17. Just learned from there. Basically my rule was, if I have the tools to fix it myself, I'm doing it myself. If I can't, I'm bringing that to a garage, but if I can stay there and lurk while they are fixing, I'm doing so. And basically learned a lot with that, watching a lot of YouTube channel about car modification, car restoration, stuff like that, and just learned my way through it. And before my 30 years old, I wanted to give myself the chance to prove to myself, am I able to do a crazy wild project like we're seeing all over the internet? And there started a long journey on that freaking car. And we are aiming at 600 wheel HP with a ton of technology. Pretty much everything mechanical on the car has been done to bring it in the 2000 and later kind of tech. So there's pretty much nothing left from 79 in that car. We went from a bad V8 5-liter from the 80s to a 6-liter 2003 that has been entirely rebuilt and upgraded with a turbo system on top of that, with custom ECU, custom fuel system, custom brake, custom suspension, custom power steering, custom steering rack, custom differential, custom wheels, yeah, pretty much every freaking thing. So it has been a wild journey. Everything is available, by the way, the VODs and everything. The entire project has been streamed on Twitch, and everything's available on YouTube, by the way. First thing is having a space for it, because everything will take longer and rain sucks. True. Second thing is being prepared to break things when starting up. Yeah, pretty much. Or I would say before, oh, I don't have a YouTube comment. That would be so good. It's right underneath the stream. There's the social link. You have the Discord. You have the YouTube. So I'm sorry, never thought of that. It's VNTO TV on YouTube, by the way. It's just the same thing, so it's no big deal. And there's no edit. It's just the VODs being dumped there automatically, pretty much. Build in the rain, okay, lol, joke. All I know is from watching here and there on car YouTube stuff is takes between a month to a couple of years, depending on what you're doing and money you physically have and what you said, rain and space. Yeah, what I will say, okay, and that's a good example. I did also had the chance to talk about it on my main city radio station about that. But basically, when you want to dive into a car project, the most valuable thing you can do is research. Take your time to search before even buying the first thing that cross your mind. If you want to do a turbo, well, yes, you can do a turbo setup. It's not overall that complicated technically, but when you start diving into it, you see, oh, there's gonna be that, oh, there's gonna be this, and you need to take notes and learn about it. And like searching and taking time to look for information is probably the most valuable thing. The project over here, to give you an idea, I didn't just start it 1 year ago saying, hey, you know what, I'm doing that engine swap with a turbo, and I'm just throwing money at it without looking like any further. I bought the car 10 years ago. It never ran properly, so I set it in the corner, like being like, hey, I don't have time, I don't have the skill, I don't have the money for that. Well, you know what? Let's leave that there and wait for it. But in the meantime, I opened up a spreadsheet, started to look at information, open up a bookmark folder named Datsun, and just saved all the links I thought were meaningful for the project, that were having important information, and stacked that together. Through the years, in the last 5 years, I went through about 4 different versions of the spreadsheet, including parts and part number and price, to have a good idea of how much money I needed for that project and everything. And so over the last 5 years, I was able to save money for it, to start learning new skills, to be ready for that. And then after that, I decided to dive straight into it. And so far, we did some mistakes. I did buy some wrong things and stuff like that, but it was minimal compared to what it could have been. And that's really like satisfying. Or put a turbo on your Miata and never run right and lose interest, so you restart 4 years later. That. That's where I didn't want to get. So yeah, yes, research like 80% of the things you spend because you don't want to buy something and found out you had a bad platform to fit that V8. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much, because like I have a custom subframe setup that has been entirely welded in the US, ready to sit that engine right in there with like adjustability to the position and stuff like that. So you see, there you go with like, hey, okay, that's doable, I can do it, I can make it that fit and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. Also on the other side, you need to ask yourself, what are you ready to do? What are you ready to pay for getting done? Because honestly, on my side, the answer was pretty much nothing. I was not willing to pay anyone to do anything on that car. That car got in here a year ago, pretty much, like next week is gonna be pretty much a year. And we started the project. It never left the garage to go somewhere else to get things done. The only thing that got done somewhere else, because I wanted it to be professionally made, was the driving shaft to connect the transmission to the rear differential, because that needs to be balanced and everything if you don't want like some vibration in your drivetrain. So I was like, okay, fair, that thing, I'm gonna send that and get that done. What's up, Mr. Pound? Let's go, welcome back. I paid to mount the tires. Well, I paid for 3 because the 4th one was free when I showed picture of the project to the garage. So that was sick. And when I'm saying like I didn't want anything, I had that one welder you see there, but on the corner there's also a TIG welder. I bought that TIG welder especially for the project because I wanted to learn that. So yeah. Oh yeah, double vento. See, you're so high, you see me in double there. Damn. But yeah, so the TIG welder, I bought it and learned how to TIG weld live on stream. And that's where we are at after 2 months of practicing some stainless steel. It's not perfect, but it's acceptable. Just like here too, the blow-off valve. Like I'm saying, it's not perfect, but hey, it will do the job and it's not looking that bad. And there's spots that are even less perfect than that. Like here, I had a bit of a drama happening, so it's not looking that good, but hey, it's part of the game. And I'm ready to basically live with that, knowing I've done it myself and not someone else did it for me. So that's something I'm willing to learn. Like I bought the tools to do those kind of bead whirls at the end, stuff like that, you know. So it's all those kind of small things that you need to think and that will add up eventually. The project cost a lot more than expected. Well, not a lot more. It's a lot of money as a number, but it's like maybe 10% of the project cost, kinda. So it's like okay-ish. Thanks for the lurk, Goose, by the way. Thank you so much. So yeah, there we go. This is pretty much how I started my project a year ago, but how in fact it is a long process to get there. And in the meantime, in the last few years, I've worked on my BMW M3 E36 that I use as a race car for autocross. I've worked on my drifting 3rd gen Camaro, where I install like a hydro and brake to understand the brake system a bit better. Now even now I know how I could improve that system because it's not to my taste or anything. And I'm like, why is it not working the way I want it to work? And now I can, after that project, I can say, hey, it's because of that, that, and that, because this bring me to do some research I didn't do back then when doing my Camaro project. And yeah, so basically I learned how to swap a LSD differential into a rear-wheel drive differential in my Camaro, so I was able to do it on the Datsun. Like a lot of things like that I've learned through the last few years and just put back in practice on that car as a big whole project. All right, a bit of water, and now it's time to dive straight back into the car. So let's go dual side. So I'm gonna make sure you can see in the proper place there. Boop. So you'll see we have the ECU right here, basically, and this is where we want to bring our power right now. So we're gonna go ahead and start working on that. So I'm gonna jump back inside the car. So the car is pretty much empty at the moment. Had a lot done to it in the last few months. Never took time to put it back together because I knew we had even more to do in there. Ugh. There we go. So what we want to do for those who just joined due to the lovely raid of Mr. Friendly Guy is that we want to go, sorry for the movement there. Let me put that up. We want to go right there. So this is my main cable from the battery we relocated in the trunk. This is some bulkhead fitting going through and bringing power into the engine bay. However, since we have that there, we're gonna connect in there to bring power to our ECU right here. So this is the Alltech Rebel LS, brand new from last March. Basically, they released that in March, and I grabbed one in the first 30 minutes. They were available pretty much, so this is pretty crazy. Brand new tech. First time I'm even working with aftermarket ECU. So far, honestly, not much to say. It's a really fun to play with ECU. The wiring loom is straightforward. Everything looks great so far. So yeah, have a lot of good time with it. Can I do that? Let's go. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna start connecting our two wire terminals there. We could try to actually push them already through the place we want it to go, just so we don't have to do as much cable management as we thought we would. Yeah, I think the best is going to run it at the back there. Bring it up here. Up. And I lost one of the locking there. So that. Let's send that on top, and I'm gonna do the same loop as the other one, just so I can make sure I'm gonna have some loose there if I ever need to readjust it. So I'm gonna keep myself a bit of a loose on top here, and there we go. So positive side done. Just need to finish torquing that down, but that's okay. So we have a first wire done here. Now let's bring through the same route our black wire, which is going to allow us. So this is really tight, perfect. I really push that through two different wires. Oh yeah, I need to bring it out, the red one. Just realized I went through a 3-wire connector. I pushed in between 2 wires and 1 wire, so now it's stuck in between. No Gucci. So Let's do that. Let's push it back down. That's really bad. You don't want that to happen. I'm gonna go all the way at the back then. Just making sure we have the minimum chance of being stuck in an important wiring loom with multiple cable there. There we go. So again, let's bring some wire over here. There we go. So that's one. Now, like I said, we need to bring the second one over there. So let's follow our red wire to move all the way at the top. Bring that over there. This one is a little bit more shitty because it's behind. I dropped the, okay, I got it, the lock washer. And now all I need to do is bring that back. Thank you, Only Cow, for showing everyone that there is some random sound you can have for 500 channel point, and they are a 400 something sound folder that you can that the bot will just pick through, so totally randomly, but them, they are usually quite good. There's a few that are meh, but it's part of the game. Tell me I didn't bring my ratchet over there. Or am I sitting on it? No, I'm not. All right, we need the ratchet to bring that there, and then we're gonna finish that. My idea is to fix that there on top, like fix them to their final position, bring that up back there, so the motor, the blower motor up there, so that we have a space to work there, and making sure that nothing's in the way of those terminals there. So that will be the best way to do it. So let me get out. I will push you a little bit back, sorry for that. Cool. It's right there. Let's bring the ratchet back, and let's make sure this is all properly connected. Up. There we go. Go. So there's no chance this is going anywhere. Now let's do the same thing for you, sir. All right. I'm finally cleaning my garage, so I have space to work without getting frustrated. Is that a flustered? I'm not sure what. Another shelf also. Bought another shelf, nice. Oh, having space to put some stuff and everything is so good, honestly. So that means back on the Turbo Miata suit, or is that for the RX-7? Like, to be honest, do you have still a bit of motivation for the Miata now that you bought the RX-7, or is that something you don't know when you're gonna be back on the Miata because of that? Because maybe you really do have a lot of motivation for it and all. There we go.
Hello there.
Hello there, what's up, Clutter? How you doing, sir? Welcome, welcome. On that crazy night where Friendly Guy just raided us. Hope you're doing fantastic, sir. Happy to see you. All right, can we push that back up? Nothing's on the way, right? Nothing will be. There's no shot. Why would anything be on the way when we have such a lot of space to work? Not. There we go. Need to put back the screw I took out from there, and it's okay, it's there. I don't know where I put that. Want it for my autocross car, kinda want to a high compression engine build ITVs. Oh shit, that will be sick. That will be so sick, man. I've been good. How about yourself? Doing great, man. Had a crazy weekend a little bit, so I was quite destroyed yesterday. I thought about streaming, then I came back home after moving my girlfriend's sister from an apartment to another one, and I was so dead inside that I just went like, we did some adult work, which was like cleaning the house, and like, you know, when you're like, okay, it's that time of the year where you remove everything from the refrigerator, clean that up entirely, clean some stuff that you're like, yeah, we never use that sauce in like 6 months, garbage, stuff like that, and then you do the freezer, then you do also the storage, the food storage and everything, and you're just like going through the house doing stuff like that. That was our day yesterday, so it was pretty intense, honestly. But yeah, so I was so dead inside at the end of the day yesterday. I just went like, you know what, straight to bed. I was in bed so early. All right, so this is looking quite good. I have a bolt there I could use to grab those battery terminal and sit them in there. Let me go grab something for that. Can you see her there? Kinda, yeah, pretty hard to see there, right? There we go. Whoop. So yeah, we are a bit late on the schedule I had in mind for the car, as usual, I guess, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth, I mean, again, I'm gonna be driving in the US a Honda Fit with a turbo 1.5 liter the OEM engine in it, and it's fully built, and that thing's crazy to drive. But again, like, is it worth? If you ask me, it was probably more worth grabbing a $1,000 K20 or K24 and swap it in the Honda Fit than building a turbo 1.5. But it's all up to, first of all, the budget, second of all, the intention. So the 1.6 depends about the rule set you have in your category and stuff like that, you know. Because like technically, if I would like to give my BMW the greatest chance of performing in a US competition over the next 4 years, because my car is due to be expired from the competition in the US. 30 years old in my category is the maximum for my car, then I will need to bring it into another category, which I'm not really willing to. So therefore, in the next 4 or 5 years, the best thing I could do with the car is pretty much rebuild the engine, and in the street category, which is the lowest kind of modification, you can increase the piston size by, I think, 5% maximum, 2 or 5%, something like that, which is pretty much too oversized size, yeah, from the original usually. So it's like rebuilding the engine twice pretty much. So if I was to do that with a freshly rebuilt engine, that means I could maybe get a few horsepower and a bit more like aggressive throttle, so that will, like, the acceleration could be pretty interesting there. But yeah, again, you still need to make that work, you know. Let me try to get what I have in mind. Those, if I can fit one there and hold my cable in the air, that will be cool AF. I think that's gonna be too big. Personally, if I ever swap something, I will swap 13B in a small chassis like a MX-5. That will be sick, honestly. And to be fair, I'm already thinking about the post Datsun build. And like, I don't have anything set, but it's pretty much going in between a drift car and a rally car at the moment. I would love to maybe build a rally car out of my little Honda Fit, just for the sake that it's really cheap to do, or grab like something to do a cheap budget. Maybe I could use that one still and hold them in place. Wait a sec, I have a better idea. But yeah, so what I was saying is, like, maybe I could do that, or buy a cheap body to do a drift car that on the cheap, and just go and trash it at the track and have fun. That will be freaking sick. But again, both of them are asking for like a bit of commitment that I will need to have for that. Not that I don't want, it's more like I want to put the time to fine-tune the Datsun before going there. Yeah, a Lotus, I've honestly think about it before doing the Datsun build, because the Datsun build was pretty much the price of a Lotus, like a Elise or something like that, that is a bit older or something. And I say that as someone that consider a K20 and an RX-8. Yeah, K20, they are pretty sick engine, let's be fair. Yeah, the 13B and an RX-7, fair, but like putting that in even a smaller chassis is like quite crazy. But yeah, honestly, the rotary swap in another thing than an RX-7 or RX-8 is for the fact of having a Doritos engine into a freaking car that is like not supposed to have those. The sound of the rotary engine is just something else. I was to grab at first that, but then I decided not to, and I just want to take a look at something. Let's go! What's up? Dini, thank you for the follow. Welcome by, welcome in the crew. I hope you had a wonderful day, and welcome to a little Datsun build that we're trying to get running in the next 2 weeks. Is it going to happen? Well, only time will tell us, honestly. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna grab also a light, because now we are trying to figure out where we're gonna put our cable. So light will come handy. There you go. Welcome, welcome. If you have any question about the build, let's go, just ask. It's gonna be with great pleasure. We are building a 2000, what am I talking about? A 1979 Datsun 280 ZX that will try to do 600 wheel HP. Should be pretty interesting. Here we go. How's the turbo and everything looking? Looking pretty good. You haven't seen them, Clutter? Damn. Well, let me show you eventually after I've put a tie wrap around those cable. Ow, that was my face. Can't believe you haven't seen them. They are looking so great. Is it really in its place? No, it's not. That's interesting. And I have to take a look at that first. I'm really super happy with the turbo setup so far. Not gonna lie, I didn't thought it will look that good. All right, so we need to take a look here, because it seems like we have something not in the right place. Yeah, fair. I feel that. I wonder if they are not. If it's not getting. I wonder if the blower motor is not against the bulkhead fitting from. Oh yeah, definitely, right? So I don't think the perfect fitment there will exist. I think we're gonna have to check and deal with whatever gap we have left there. Might not work as great for the blower motor, but we'll see. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's gonna be something we will discover later, but yeah, there's quite a gap there. Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna have to dismantle a bunch of those. All right, so that if I can find a spot there. That's not something that will prevent me from removing them. I should be able to grab both at the same time with one tie wrap. That's not the tie wrap I bring in here. Where is it? There it is, I think. No, I had a longer one. Hello? Had a longer tie wrap with me, and I managed to lose it in about 2 seconds. If I really dig into my crazy folder, I can tell you that an Exomotive exo set. Oh yeah, those are so cool. From a NCMX5, and that it happened that the NCMX5 shares a lot of part with the RX-8. For real? No, shut it. That's so sick. That's so sick. Yo, that idea right there is already a huge turn on, not gonna lie. That's so good. All right, let's just try to grab that in there. I just don't want those to hang somewhere stupid. Wait, maybe I can do even something better there. If that was not to be used. I think that's the amazing thing about the car world. You can go so crazy with just imagination at first. As long as you're not going into fantasy, but really like sticking to facts, you can find so many things that you didn't even thought were possible and just start executing them like a champ. And that's honestly what drives me crazy about all of that. All right, that will be a sick way to put them, right? Right there, just like that. If I could find a place to hold them in here, I could be going like that and like this. And that's something I like. Nailed it. There we go. So I don't know if you can see it, but there we go. So I'm gonna go on and mark. Do I have a pencil in here? I do not. So I'm gonna go grab one, mark them, cut them, trim them. Ow. Clamp and get ready to connect that all together. Hell yeah, baby. We got this. I'm gonna already switch that here. So that, where did I put my toolbox? Right there. These ones. So I'm pushing you there. Pushing you there for AWG. Front cam. There you go. So we're gonna go ahead, grab our Haltech box, and from there we're gonna grab our hardware to basically bring with us what we need to clamp that. So the gauge for stuff is in there. Go. So cool to have you all in here, guys. Honestly, that's amazing. Like, even with that many people, it's not too hard to follow the chat and everything. Like, I know there's a bunch of lurkers in there, and that's all good, but honestly, it's so damn motivating to see all of you guys. So thank you a lot. Just wanted to say that, because it does mean the world.
Did you know with Amazon Prime you get a free sub every month?
Thank you, Johnny.
Any primers?
Hell yeah, baby. Any primers? Let's go. Don't leave that unused Prime anywhere. Use it. It's free and we love that. All right, let's go back into the car. Oh, it was a pencil I was supposed to grab. Well, YOLO, dual side. There you go. Oh, let's work on that. I'm just gonna cut straight away the things. There we go. Look at these, so good. This is just insane how good those cutters are. So we're gonna go with the black one. Quite an easy one to use here. So we're just gonna go make sure we are removing about the amount needed without going too far. So we're just gonna use that, apply light pressure once we have double check the measurement. Can go a little bit further back, like so.
And his name is
What up, puppy? How you doing, Mr. Lump? Amazing, man. Oh shit, yeah, baby. You got stuck in here with me. I'm so sorry. I know your night's gonna be awful now. Hey. Hope you had an amazing weekend, sir. All right, are we getting through? I think so. Up.
Knock yourself out.
Oh yeah. So there we go. I need to find back the part I was using there. There it is. Cool. So we are doing right now the battery terminal for the ECU. So quite a big job, but fun so far. So there we go. As you can see, guys, I don't know if you can see actually. I hope you can. Let me move that out. Up, up, up. Should be better like that. So I just have enough wire to slip that on top there, which is perfect. And now with the proper size right here, I'm gonna use that. Put them to the work position, put that around. We're gonna go ahead and prepare to clamp them. However, what I want to make sure of is that it's gonna arrive in the right angle there. So I'm gonna make sure that this is where the wire wanna be. And it seems like a yes. So we're gonna go right there, hold it in place and start clamping that. So we don't want it to spin for no reason. We just want it to stay right where it was on the wire. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna clamp that. So it is started right now, but if I don't want it to rotate, slip it in. Yeah, put it in the work position. Nice.
Nice.
Do you love doing those homeowner type of work? There we go. Knock, 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 knock. Lovely. There we go. That's a solid one right there. So this is going to be right on top of the ECU. So all we need to do now is to push that through. And we're gonna be able to connect that right there, like so. I did bring the hardware, so we're gonna put that. So we have a lock washer that is a different type than our usual, and then that we're just gonna push that on top like so. There we go. It's just holding right there, and we have plenty of wire for when we need it later on. Now that being said, let's bring the positive side. Right around there. There we go. And that's how our ECU is gonna be wired. So with that being said, we can go ahead and take a look. I'm guessing that is going to be the perfect one. So we're gonna cut right there. Up, easy. Let's remove the wire we don't need. Oh yeah, you are on a heat wave right now, right? Water restrictions, so need to use the hose instead of irrigation, fair. And even there, do you have hours you have the right to do it, and others you don't have the right to? Here in Quebec City, it has been that for the last few weeks. All right, pretty much right at the end of the writing there, perfecto. after 7. Okay, yeah, pretty much similar to here. You bad boy. There we go. There we go. Again, just flipping that on top. Making sure we are on the right orientation for the actual wire to be happy, and it just spin right there, so that means it was indeed not in the happy little position there. So there we go. We're gonna bring it back. We just need to keep it there. Just need to do that. Hold it. If I can go back there. There we go. All right. Let's clamp that. And it's not even hard to do yourself, and bam. There we go. Boop. Fully stuck in there, not even a chance that it's gonna get released. That's what we love to see. Up. There. Like so. Like so. And like so. Boom. And just like that, look at this. Up. We're gonna have to make sure this one is clamped properly. We should be able to. There we go. How good is that? Ugh, I just hit myself. Look at this. Look how clean that is. Now we will have that running towards the back, so it won't be there, and have a bunch of clearance there, and we have a module there. So basically those cables are gonna go hide themselves into the floor mat and stuff like that. And yeah, this is the ECU plug and play. We just need a battery in the boot at the moment, and that will turn on. That's pretty sick. Also, I've seen something, and I'm gonna go grab it. I've seen something in the box that is a cap to cover the USB-C plug to connect to a laptop on top. So that way we are going to protect from dust over time. So there won't be any dirt and dust falling in there for no reason. So we can put it in there just as good enough. Lol, nailed it. Could have been this pound right there. Well, so there we go. Grab that. Can't wait to see with all the interior put back together, but at least we assembled that while we had the center console. So just that little cap there that can get put into the USB-C if I can find it. There it is. I think. Yeah, bam, done. Yo, that's sick. I'm so happy with it. Looks really good. Little ECU well in place, lights are going to be visible, everything's gonna be easy to access. That's a W right there. All right, what time is it? If it's not too late, I think I'm gonna keep going on one more thing. There, 8:44. There you go. Well. Let's start looking at wires over here. So I'm gonna bring you over here there, guys. Wait for it. Sorry, it's moving a lot. Oi. There you go. So we're gonna go on the other side here. So as you can see, we have that massive shifter there. That's gonna be, that's linked to our 6-speed T56 Magnum transmission. So quite a intense one. Just had to damage a little bit the top mount there. I'm curious to know if I could not just like push it back. I think I could. Look, I have a hammer here. Let's test. Loud noise. Time for the bass lump. Focus voice. All right. Focus voice. All right, except a little bit of maybe ply action there just to bring it together, like clamp it and bring it together, maybe tack a little bit of weld there because it definitely cracked on the edge there. We're gonna be able to not trim anything right there. That's pretty cool. Only time we're gonna have to damage it and maybe open the hole is if we want to go and have a look at the shifter or replace the shifter for any reason there. We're gonna have to open up the hole, but that's gonna be a problem for future us. I'm telling you that right away. No shot I'm gonna open up that hole now if I don't need to. So yep, that's a W. All right, those here gonna go back there. Have a lot of junk that I need to take away from here. There we go. Just gonna use that because there was a few bolts over here, so I don't know which one we needed, which one was good to go, but there you go. There's that done. Now, if I'm not wrong, it's 13 or 14, the one I need to bring. I'm gonna bring both just in case, and I know there's some 12 in there, so I'm gonna bring that too. I need to release one wiring cable if I want to get some stuff ready for the key barrel to be in place. There we go. That. So, just to explain quickly, what I want to do is that I'm supposed to have the key barrel loom. I need to remove the tools from under me because it feels a bit awkward. There we go. So basically I have that loom right here, that plug, that is supposed to go for the key barrel and be the one that is used to basically bring the power and everything to the ignition switch. However, right now, yeah, 12, and are you 12? Yes. Oops, sorry for the noise. But yeah, so right now the problem was it's stuck right over the steering column. So we're gonna be removing that to make sure we are having the best time there to bring it where we're gonna mount it in the dash. So that's gonna be a huge improve. There we go. So we're gonna release a lot of tension from that. Here we go. So from there, I should eventually be able to push that back. If I can find it. here. Oh, there it is. I just need you to come with me there. That will be perfect. I need to open it up a little bit more. So that if it's out of the way over here, we're gonna be good to go. Just need to make sure it's not falling down, because otherwise we're gonna be in deep shit. There we go. Boom. So from there, it does mean that I should be able to bring it through the bottom. There. Bring that up here. Yeah, baby, we have plenty of flues there. And that's awesome. So that does also means we could use that. Maybe mount this. So one of the main thing I want to do is mount that thing. That thing here is to bridge wires together. So usually you can plug on one side of wire and have the same signal happening through the bridge here to the other side. One reason to use that is that you can plug multiple wires stacked together on top of each other, which means I could have one wire bringing a signal on one side and have 2 or 3 leaving on the other side. And this is something I think could be really surprisingly useful on the car, knowing that when we come to ignition switch and aftermarket accessories, most of the time we're gonna have cables that requires a signal to trigger the accessories we are putting that is aftermarket. For example, that thing here. That little single small wires here is from the ECU. This is going on the ignition switch to the on position, and basically reason for that is that you want the ECU to turn on when you are on the on position. So this is the wire that's gonna trigger the activation of the ECU by itself. So this is pretty cool. Honestly, could be arguably set to the accessory one too, because that means you will have a bunch of things, but at the same time, no, you want it on the on position because you want the fuel pumps and stuff like that to triggers only when you are at on and not on accessories. This is just for safety reason, pretty much. So there we go. So this is exactly what we're gonna take a look at, and what I want to do is to bridge my ignition, which is the black wire I have here that is already cut, to that, and then I want to maybe take a look for the accessory one and bridge it already in there too. And I want to also maybe take a look for the actual light position too. So when I'm going into parking light here, I will like it to turn on, because you know how when going in parking light, it gives you the nighttime lights in the dashboard and stuff like that. So in daytime in your modern car, it's gonna be super bright, and when going to the night lights, it's toning down so that it's not as bright. I can basically link that here to the gauges I'm gonna be running, so they do the same exact thing when I'm gonna be running at night. So during daytime they're gonna be brighter, so I can read the number and everything super well, and when going to the nighttime position for lights, it's gonna be toning down so they are not as aggressive in your face. So that's gonna be quite a huge deal there. And so yeah, I want to go through that instead of just cutting and putting wires on top of each other many times, because like basically what many people will do is just cut the wire and crimp it back or solder it back together, and that's not the way to do it. To be fair, it's really not well, not soldering in the end. Like soldering is bad. It's soldering is really, is it soldering or soldering? Soldering, I guess. It's really bad, but crimping is good. However, like you don't want to crimp like 5 times the same wire for real. So that's why I'm more looking into that kind of solution to make something that can be added on top of each other, and like if you have new accessories later on, it's gonna be easy. There you go. All right, let's put that back up. Oh my god, I just thought of something. Kev, are you still there? With what you did and what I just had in mind, I need to take a look at something. Maybe I'm gonna be able with that ECU to do something crazy. I needed to convert my... Oh my god, I really need to take a look if the ECU can control that, but it probably can. So basically, let me explain, because now I'm really just being a little confused guy. Basically, we still have those 2 connectors here that we're going to be using later on. This is the input and output from the ECU. So you can input some stuff. You have basically 7 circuits. Yeah, 7 circuits you can plug as input signal, and you have 8 of them you can output. So one of them here is going to be actually the tachometer for the RPM. And what I was thinking about is that on the input side, I could maybe run my fuel level sender to the ECU and convert the signal in the output to send the proper signal to the actual dashboard here. That will be freaking 300 IQ there, because I think in the ECU you can put some rules, and basically my fuel level sender is going the opposite way as what it should be, and maybe I can take a look if I can set some rules that goes when you see that voltage you send this voltage and stuff like that in the different input output. Hey, that will be 300 IQ there, because that will save me a module to build. Basically the only one I will have left is my odometer to make it work, but right now the needle is broken, so yikes. What's up, Skunk? Hey yo, how you doing, sir? Hope your day was amazing, mister. I thought about also putting that here, however that means I cannot access it whenever this will be there. This here, if I was to do that, I could easily go and plug that one right there and get the output there for the ignition switch. How you doing, Mr. Skunk? Hope you had a really great day, man. Mine was pretty decent, honestly. I had quite some fun today. Not gonna lie, it was really good. I'm still unsure of where I want to plug that shit. Yo, if I was to make a bracket getting out of there into that or that into that, that could be really fun to work with, right? Because now when removing the dashboard, it will be straight in my face here. Yo, I really think that could be the 300 IQ move there. And so everything will be closed for whatever signal I want to bring there. That will be pretty dope. All right, let's take a look, because I think that could be our solution right there. So how is my dashboard made? This is how it's made. That's going on top here. Yeah, that will be not in the way at all also. I do believe we have a solution there. You are not having a lot of threads there, no. Otherwise, that one could be mounted the opposite way to help me with that. So I'm really thinking about mounting that right there, facing forward, easy to access. I'm in a mood tonight to just weld shit, and that's not a good way to do it. But damn, it will be easy to just weld a bracket here like just a piece of metal, bolt that in there, and that's it, that's all, call it a day. But it's not the good way to do things, honestly. But damn, it will be easy. It will be so easy. But yeah, if I was to do like a proper bracket there, that will be the best. I could bend a 90 degrees right there and then cut one corner and bring it like that. And yeah, no, we need to keep that bolt this way, so that way it's easy to remove it, bring that bracket out and remove the power steering if needed. That will be probably the easiest way to do it. All right, well, I think that's pretty much a solution there. But it's not tonight that I'm gonna be doing that. However, I think we are on our way to something right there. Boop. Ooh. Front cam. There you go. Easy peasy. What another great night. At first I thought we will make more progress on the key barrel, but at least we have a decent angle of attack right there. Pretty sure I know exactly how I'm gonna mount it without getting too concerned about things over there. It's gonna be quite easy overall. Then we have done the cables. Oh, what's up, Micah? How are you doing, sir? Hope you're doing fantastic. So yeah, we got the ECU all plug into the battery terminal, which means it's gonna be getting closer and closer to be ready to get fired for the first time. And basically the first time is only going to be a laptop plug in it, and we're gonna do all the setup, all the little thingy and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Key barrel wise, like I said, we have the solution. We're waiting for a tool. Once the tool is here, we are assembling all that, and we're gonna mount it in there. The plate over here, let me check quickly, because I just want to make sure it is actually quite solid. If it's not, I'm gonna be throwing a bit more weld in there. Oh man, this is like, there's no way this is going to move anywhere. So it's all Gucci. Yep, so we're gonna be able to just clean it and weld our barrel mounted to that. We're gonna mount the barrel, weld it in on the plate, and it's gonna be just like that, like ready to go. So I would think tomorrow night, because I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow night, by the way, guys, that's for sure. What I think we will do is either cut some woods to mount the center panel keyboard, and maybe do a piece for that here to do a first mounting setup for that. When I'm talking about woods, I'm thinking about some flooring, pretty much. Good material, not easy to scratch. You failed that, Micah. Oh, and you're skipping her on top of that. Yikes. Oh, I would love to be, oh, there you go. You're not supposed to do that while driving, sir. Just saying. Oh, I got stabbed by the fucker. And yeah, so basically that's done. It's 9:05, been 3 hours 36, we're on that. I think we're gonna call it there. I'm playing bullshit. I love it so much. That's a nice sound. But yeah, otherwise, like I said, we have a plan for that, waiting on the tool on Thursday. Tomorrow, might be cutting some woods, trying to finish a bit the interior. The interior is the thing that was pissing me off for a while, so I would love to lock it during the evenings this week, so that next weekend we can start really working on stuff on here. I don't know if it's gonna be basically set up for the weekend, like fixed, but yeah. Hey, what's up, Moretto? Hey, how you doing, sir? Hope you're doing amazing. Welcome by. I was a bit doing a bit of a wrap up before closing the stream, but honestly, welcome by. If you want to walk around of what we're doing in here, just ask. It's gonna be with great pleasure. I'm not in a rush of leaving. I'm in a rush of stopping working. Because I'm lazy. Doing fantastic, sir. Hope your day was fantastic too. Well, let's try to bring that out. If we want to show our new friend Moretto the build. So welcome back to my stream. We are working on the 1979 Datsun 280 ZX. We are doing a full mechanic swap, and when I'm saying mechanic, it's not just engine, it's absolutely everything. Dual side. Oi! Why my butt is messing with me? Dual side. There you go. So we went a bit crazy on that car though, so there's nothing really Datsun. If you're a purist, I'm probably your worst enemy in here, because basically nothing stayed in there. You have to know, basically I owned the car for the last 10 years, and when I bought the car in the first place, it already had an American V8 swap to it, but it was a 5-liter from the 80s, and it was a piece of junk. The car never ran properly and was pretty much having a tendency to leave you. You want that? You want that? Well, I don't want to scare him with the cringe. All right. Story time. I hate it and I love it so much.
Hooray, story time. Hooray, story time. We're so glad to be with you. And you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Today.
Cringe! Let's go.
Moretto_Ghibli just joined the crew.
Hey, thank you for the follow. It worked. Holy cow, we got a follow with that thing. I can't believe it. No way. So yeah, so basically started to work on that car 10 years ago on the old engine that wasn't there, but it had a tendency to leave you stuck on the side of the road for a random reason every single time. At first, like the engine was not getting the fuel properly, then some electronic components were overheating and shutting down by themselves, so they were shutting the engine also, and all sort of thing like that. So basically I stopped working on that car after spending a few $1,000s on it, and leave it on the side of my driveway for many years. Through those years I spent pretty much 5 of them building spreadsheet and stuff like that for the build of my dream, what I will love to do. And I had a good idea where I wanted to go and everything, and part of it was turbo, but mostly like keep going with the V8. That is my first engine swap, so I didn't want to go into something too crazy and not documented at all on the internet. So I picked up probably the engine that has been the most swapped engine in the entire history of automotive industry, the LS engine. So I have a LQ4, which is a full iron block with aluminum head engine. Pretty cool looking thing. Was not looking like that. You're saying it looks cool. It was a piece of junk at first, that one too. Took it out of a van that had 260,000 kilometers, on it. Pretty much dismantled the entire thing, send it to a machine shop, get it fully remachined, and we rebuild it live on stream. By the way, all the videos, the VODs and everything available on YouTube, the MTO TV on YouTube. You're gonna find that. So we reassemble everything, upgrading a lot of components, and basically getting what we have right there. A great looking piece of engineering with a little, not so little, turbocharger and three-row radiator, oil cooler, intercooler at the front, full-on custom manifold that we learned how to do by ourselves. So if I'm bringing you over, let me hope, oh, I'm about to disconnect the webcam. There you go. Still holding, still holding. So basically, as you can see at the bottom there, all the exhaust going at the front there up to the turbo, and this has all been done by ourselves. Freaking like full-on custom shit, nothing planned really. Like there's just no parts available to do exactly what we're doing right there. So there you go. So this is pretty much the build. Everything has been prepared for 800 to 1,000 horsepower. We are aiming at 600 at the wheel. Most realistically, we're gonna drive it on probably 450 to 500 at the wheel, because the car weighs nothing, and we're gonna have to fine-tune so many things at first that we're not gonna push our luck and try to destroy that. So there you go. That's pretty much the idea there. So the mess on top right now, well, it's gonna be hidden, most of it. It's all the wiring loom. We started that this weekend. Just finished hooking up the ECU right there. Yeah, exactly. You never full send or you end up like me. Yikes. Yeah, so basically we finished wiring the ECU all inside the car, and everything has been pretty much tested here for the wiring loom. We're just waiting to install for the final shot, the intake manifold, stuff like that. But yeah, pretty much everything's done. We have even all the intercooler piping done and everything, so it's gonna look something like that pretty much, going up there into the intake and all that. So look at this, look how beautiful it is. So there you go. That's pretty much a walk around of the project right there. If you have any question, feel free to ask. I'm not a pro welder, so don't judge too much. Not my job. Usually, I'm not a mechanic, by the way. I'm just a guy usually working in visual effect for the cinema industry, mostly on animated movies. And here I am, building a car in my garage for a hobby. Weird. Go, Micah. You got a question? Ask it. Go ahead. In the meantime, I'm gonna grab one more thing that I want to start planning, because I think tomorrow night we're gonna be finishing mounting the thing inside the car and then moving on to that. Well, there's this too, actually. Where is the other part I wanted to do?
Cause I'm gonna take my PP to her forehead so you can see Dean's nuts.
Oh my god, what are we listening to, bro? Do you like tape on the end series? Oh no. Oh my god. Wow. Awkward. And you're driving. Damn, you shouldn't have time to do all that. I know the road you're using is really boring, but even there. So one of the next things we're gonna mount in the engine bay is that, by the way. That's one of the last thing we have left to do. Look how cool the packaging is. But our Mishimoto, I'm getting gas and some air in your car, and I hope it will turn as good as you wish it to be. Oh, I hope to. Been spending way too much time and money on that thing. Honestly, it has to. But hey, nothing so sure. We're gonna see that eventually. Yep, there you go. I think I'm gonna be mounting that around here so that we have easy access. Oh, I need to just make sure it's gonna fit. Maybe there? That could be cool with a little angle, so we can throw the oil line through here and underneath here easily to where they belongs. Otherwise it will be at the bottom there. I guess that could fit too. Right there. Because basically this is a thermostat for the oil cooler, so yeah. Yeah, by the way, like I said, the entire build has been done on Twitch, available on YouTube, but we're gonna keep going hard in the next few weeks. So thanks for the follow. If you leave the notification, be prepared. The only time I'm not streaming some car content, I'm streaming some Tarkov on Friday nights, that's all. So, and we're having a blast and it's worth coming by. First 7 in chat during that night get a free random use with bitbot, and otherwise there's many ways to mess with me. Someone is subbing with a prime or anything, get a free random use, and it's really like chaos and fun. What do you mean, Hawk? It could have been so much worse. The money or the result? Or both? Yeah, that here could be pretty much the way to go. And sending them up there, even here, so that I can wrap up the lines into some heat protection stuff. Go at the back there. Yep. Oh, we're gonna have to do that through the underside of the car. That's gonna be rough. But yeah, I think we're gonna mount that pretty much right around here. Oh, there's actually a spot right there in the chassis that could be really good to mount that and make it look slick. That's looking great right there. Let's be honest. I could see myself running that and running the lines from there. Let's go. Just need to take a look that it clears the fitting, which I'm not sure. Micah's coming. Okay, yeah, fair. You could own the 350Z that's missing. That's what she means. Could have been Mommy Milker Lady. Oh, you want it? Oh, yes! Yes! Oh. Yep, so we're gonna be mounting that next before starting to do the shroud and everything there, because basically next step is mounting the new fan. Oh, Micah, you want to see the new Spal fan I got? Received that today, and man, it was worth the price. Front cam. will try to come much as I can, but between the hours change and my brain no braining correctly in English when I'm tired, it will be hard. Hey, another one who's not an English speaker in the first place. Where are you from, sir? What's your first language? I'm curious, because honestly, it took me everything. I started the project mostly in French and switched to English through the build pretty much after a month or two, because there was more. Oh, ben bienvenue, allô, je suis un cousin québécois. Fait que bienvenue sur le stream. Si jamais, c'est principalement en anglais, mais t'as des questions de quoi, très techniques, quoi que ce soit, n'hésite pas. Tout le monde est au courant que je switch en français quand c'est une bonne opportunité, tout ça. Comme je disais, au fond, j'ai principalement starté en français, puis j'ai switché à l'anglais parce qu'il y avait beaucoup plus de personnes qui parlaient anglais sur le chat. J'ai une bonne communauté qui vient de la communauté de Tarkov de Friendly Guy, That Friendly Guy sur Twitch. Fait que c'est ça, c'est juste vraiment, on a starté avec eux beaucoup de choses, puis ça l'a parti en OK, c'est rendu en anglais vraiment, mais t'es absolument le bienvenu. Puis Micah, c'est un fils de pute. Je connais rien en voiture niveau mécanique, j'adore juste la beauté des voitures là, et de leur mécanique. Nice, mais pour vrai, t'es à la bonne place. J'aime ça expliquer absolument tout, comment ça se passe, pourquoi on fait telle chose, ça. Je suis un amateur aussi, je suis pas un professionnel. Puis justement, on s'éduque comme tous ensemble. J'ai appris à souder en stream, j'ai appris à faire plein d'affaires que c'était à peu près 90% du projet, c'est des premières fois que j'avais jamais fait sur aucune autre voiture. Fait que t'es vraiment à la bonne place. Oui, avec le décalage, je comprends que le français versus anglais peut être tough, mais c'est ça, le reste, c'est vraiment chill. I teach him well. He knows what fils de pute means, so that's why I said it. Oh, sorry, only cow. Hey, you feel like some people getting in here feel. You feel how sometimes I feel when listening to English speaker and I'm too dead to understand. Ouais, ben c'est ça. Je me disais au fond, plutôt que de le faire tout seul par moi-même, c'était l'idée, genre Twitch était la plateforme idéale dans le sens que j'aurais eu le goût de faire un Villebrequin de moi-même, j'aurais eu le goût de faire un Monte Karma de moi-même. Mais quand j'ai essayé, parce que je viens du domaine du cinéma, tout ça, j'avais un sens critique tellement haut pour faire mes plans de caméra, mon montage, les voix off, tout ça, qu'au final, travailler 2 heures dans le garage signifiait 4 heures de montage à peu près. Fait que c'était entre 2 et 4 heures pour 2 heures de travail. Puis ça m'énervait parce qu'au final, je pouvais pas être productif sur la voiture autant que je le voulais. Donc Twitch a vraiment été la plateforme parfaite parce que à part les 5-10 minutes qu'on jase, après je travaille. Il n'y a pas de montage, il n'y a pas rien. C'est vraiment purement on travaille, on jase, on a du fun. Pareil comme si tout le monde ici, que ce soit des États-Unis, de la France, de l'Angleterre, de Dubaï, parce que oui, il y a du monde de toutes ces places-là qui écoutent en général, ben je continue de travailler comme si vous étiez là. Oh my God. Le faucon. The hawk. Le faucon. Oh my God, that's so good. I love the way it translates hawk's username into French perfectly, and it makes so much sense, and yet it's so funny. All right, you need me to translate that, Hawk? So the Hawk is the mod the most popular of all time, but be aware, just like Forest, an intense, feroz, angry, just like an angry forest fire or a wild hawk, she can attack, pretty much, something like that. Wildfire, yeah, fair. Oh, wildfire, that's crazy how they translate that. Because it's basically, like I said, angry forest fire, pretty much the way it translated. But yeah, it makes sense that it is a wildfire. or Wild Hawk, just because I like murder. Awkward. Oh, that's so good. All right, I think it's gonna be my time to call it. So I'm not looking so great now. I want to take a shower. I want to go play some video game before going to bed. So on this, guys, thank you again for an amazing night. Thank you again, TFG, for the raid. We had so many people in here. Shall we raid someone? Do we have someone we know that is live? Could always bring you somewhere interesting. At least that will be fun. Cœur étincelant, let's go! Hey, you wrote it perfectly. What the heck? Let's go. That was W there. Holy shit. Who do we have online? Not many people, right? You want to go see some Daisy, guys? I'm gonna send you for some Daisy just so someone who doesn't know me will be like, huh, who's that? But it's a friend of Holly, so she's really cool. I really enjoy her voice. Her voice is wonderful. She's not an English speaker in the first place too, so that's funny because she also has an accent, but it's really not bad. She's really, really great. So I'm gonna send you over Senny MJ. And she's really cool, she's really wonderful, and I hope you will enjoy. Otherwise, well, yep, sounds good, Moreto. Bienvenue. On se reprend les week-ends. Je stream dans mon après-midi, ce qui est à peu près ta soirée. Donc, t'es le bienvenu quand tu veux. So, let's go. We're gonna raid Senny. Have a good night, guys. I love you all. And I'll catch you tomorrow night for more action on the Datsun. See ya. Bye. Oi,